Okay, so we are here to watch this President Sunday VOD from last night. He has debated Stardust, moderated by Xylee, on the Poppy and Zena drama. Sort of his end of the Poppy and Zena drama, the little fallout and in-community bickering that happened, and then Malcolm jumped on, and then the person who wrote all the docs jumped on. Should all be covered in a previous video. We've just watched it on stream. So we're going to watch the debate now from last night. And then catch up with Stardust after the debate as well, I think. So that's the plan here. So there is a little bit of preamble from President Sunday here first, where he's taking a look at his own VOD from the other day. I think we'll watch it slightly sped up just so we can get through this first bit. And yeah, let's get into it.
Okay, let's keep going.
Mentions that this isn't Noe's legal name yet, and Poppy is using this to cultivate her audience and everyone else and their mom to believe that she's a rapist. So when Noe does legally change her name, this will follow her wherever she goes.
It's super fucked up. She's basically stealing her name. She's basically stealing her name.
Yeah, I can't hear
Sonsol about any of this. I think Sonsol's caught some of it on Twitter, but I don't know. I haven't talked to him like on voice or anything like that.
Dude, the background noise. Okay, maybe we'll skip this. The background noise from Sunday's wild.
Beyond that, right?
Sorry, hang on. If I may,
Go ahead.
Clarify that a little bit.
Okay, sorry, let me just, real quick. Star, did you ever end up watching Luxander's stream on this? It's a lot of the same info, but the commentary is really good and insightful. I'm sure it is. I haven't watched it yet. The reason why I didn't watch it...
Xylee is a middle-aged trailer trash commentary YouTuber. Yeah, that's all I can... That's how I don't know how else to describe her. That's basically it. That was actually pretty accurate.
Initially is because when I go over documents, I try to... I want to go over them myself so I can make sure that I'm
Alabama Live, that's the one.
My views are not being
Alabama Live
by somebody else, right? I just want to look at the documents straight, look at the evidence straight, and then form my own opinion. So that's why I didn't watch it yet, but I probably will watch it at some point because I have heard that Luxander's coverage is good. So. Hi, Nightmare Reaper. We're watching Malcolm talk to Sunday.
I don't feel like we're watching Malcolm talk to Sunday. I feel like we're watching Stardust breathe in silence.
I can grab the tweet for you quickly. Poppy posted at one point, it was her full legal name in a tweet shortly following this kind of stuff, right?
Show me in DMs.
Yeah, give me 1 second and let me see if I can pull it up. I can multitask quickly, one moment. But I think that like something that is missing kind of from your analysis of this, and obviously I'm not like shitting all, like you're kind of dipping your toes in, like I totally understand that. The thing that I think is missing from this is the context of how far they have been willing to go in all of this as far as like slandering No. And to be fair, like anything that she has said publicly, I don't think is anything that can really bite her in the ass if she decides to go.
He has no idea what he's talking about. He has no idea. Here's why a lawyer, by the way, this is why you should always talk to a lawyer when you're doing something like this.
Oh yeah, I feel like Sunday may just repeat everything I've already said here because it is all pretty obvious.
What they will tell you is, first and foremost, don't talk about any of this on Twitter. Don't talk about it on social media. And there's a couple of reasons for this. The first is that any information you provide can trigger a response, and it can cause an escalation. If you want this to stop, you don't want responses. You don't want a 200-page document, say, that somebody is now going to be motivated to go through and respond to the different points. You don't want a barrage of messages and things like that that are being published with minimal context, muddying the water so that two very clear, simple wrongs that these people are committing are now bloated into, here's every bad thing they've done for however many years. Because now you've got a problem. You've got one side crying rape, and you've got another side with hundreds of pages of documents saying, and here's why I think they are bad people. And if you're somebody watching this from the outside, you're not going to respond to that. You're going to respond to this. You're actually probably going to ignore this. Now, as it is right now, nobody is paying attention to any of this because Zena and Poppy are non-entities. They do not matter. They have no audience, like in absolute terms. I don't either. Stardust doesn't. Nobody here has any real public existence of any significance whatsoever. But
okay, yeah, this is going to be just repeating the same shit. Okay, let's start the actual debate. Let's start the real debate here. I think that's a good idea.
So I don't know if that's okay with you guys. If I can just show it shouldn't take more than 5 minutes.
Slogans, thank you for the 5 Xylee Get Real memberships. I appreciate it. Sunday, is that cool with you?
Sure, why the hell not?
Sunday's like, sure, why the hell not? I love it. Okay, all right, let me get on here. Let me share with y'all my screen. That way you can see what I'm seeing, and then we're going to show the class. And as soon, okay, let me cut these off. Cut the alerts off. All right, so what y'all are arguing about is this tweet by Stardust saying, despicable, President Sunday, you have no morals. Make this make sense. President Sunday can call up someone's university, contact a professor under false pretenses, allege someone defrauded the government with no evidence, claim multiple people are lying about credentials with no evidence, obsessively make videos
with no evidence. That was what
on several people in the same vein. but reading through some evidence that's already been gathered, no watching, someone break the evidence down of content creators who
there is evidence. You can disagree with what the evidence shows, but it's not with no evidence, is it?
actually prey on vulnerable people.
I think it's like explaining, so it's no watching someone break the evidence down.
Yeah, okay, yeah, well, I wasn't going to do all the inflections, but yes.
Oh, come on, go big or go home.
Vulnerable people in marginalized communities, okay, is that better?
Yes.
Is too much work for him. Calling the documentation of abusive behavior in art project, wow. Okay.
Yeah, cool.
So, are you gonna share it? Or are you gonna give it to me? How are we doing this?
Sure, I'll share.
Okay,
right, hold on, let me.
Sorry, how many times has Mr. Girl's Destiny report been referred to as an art project? This is suddenly a horrible thing? Sorry, what? This is what I find so interesting about it, is that so much of this can be applied. And you can see how Stardust's position is totally flipped. Purely based on like where the clout is, where her friends are. So much of it matches up. It's like if you've got a problem with this person gathering a bunch of info from all of someone's prior relationships to build a case about why they're abusive in one situation, you should probably have it in the other situation too. Like, just think, like, you could even analogize the No-Flake situation to the Anna situation, where Destiny is calling Anna a stalker while sexting her behind the scenes. Poppy's calling No-Flake a rapist because it's rape by deception, and then, I don't know, something's happening behind the scenes. She's like emotionally manipulating behind the scenes or whatever. There's so much you can draw little parallels to. And Stardust's position is totally flipped. And there's no way to, like, aside from just saying, well, Mr. Girl was wrong and Melinia's right. Well, that's not really a very good analysis, is it? As to whether gathering the information is okay or not. Because you don't know whether you're truly correct or not before you gather all the information. Wait, I just realized why Stardust disavowed Richard Spencer so hard in this debate. She doesn't want a new audience knowing about a prior friendly relationship with him. Dude, it's so funny. Kuihman is baiting me to cope in his chat. I'm telling you right now, it isn't happening. Would you mind baiting you? How am I baiting you?
Yep, that's fine. I'll just pull everybody because I was going to show y'all anyway.
You want to defend Destiny.
So, okay, hold on. Just give me a second.
But literally, the only analysis is Mr. Girl is right. Mr. Girl was wrong, and Melania is right. That's the only analysis from his personal perspective. But that has no bearing on whether the gathering of the info is morally right or not. I haven't actually drank any of this coffee. Shut it down? What do you mean shut it down? As I stuttered. Is that it? The gathering of the info. Oh, Destiny derail. Oh. Yeah, the gathering of the info, whether that's okay or not, isn't determined by whether the conclusion ends up being right. I don't think. That seems like a stupid way to analyze these situations. Right?
Set up.
Mm-hmm.
Losing female viewers, he speaks, yeah.
Action. Watch stream. Hold on, let me cut me down. Alright. And let me cut this off. Alright.
Just let me know when you're ready.
Let me turn it up. Is there sound?
There's no sound.
Oh, there's no sound? Okay, yeah, I'm ready.
Turn up your volume, Stardust? Wait, what do you mean?
Is volume too low? Is Stardust too low?
Am I too low, chat?
How's my volume?
Your volume's good. Your volume has to be
Yeah,
good.
I sound you just fine.
Yeah, I'll get that one out.
I mean, I hear you just fine. Okay, well, I'm not hearing anything. Anyways, yes, as in turn up my volume, or yes, I'm fine. You're too low, Star. How am I too low? What is going on?
Bro, I got you at 97. Say something.
Check.
Yeah,
check.
you're good. You're right there.
Maybe it's my side. Oh, it's my side probably. Okay. All right. Let's just try this. Okay. Okay. So before we get started, I just want to point out a few things here. Okay. In typical President Sunday fashion, he does several things to discredit people he's arguing with. Some of the things that he's going to do during this are probably, one, pretend to not be interested in the conversation.
Smith, watch and learn. This is how you use music in a debate. This is the correct use. I'm pretty sure he keeps us going the entire time because I picked up watching this like pretty late into it and the music was going quietly in the background.
I.e., he slouches in his chair or doesn't look at the camera.
Oh, I ain't pretending, darling.
While you're talking. Am I allowed to do my Am I allowed
Like,
to do my,
he's
my...
immediately off the bat doing everything she's about to mention. It's not because he's coping about losing an argument. Like, Sunday's position here is very simple and obvious to any reasonable adult. It's because he just doesn't respect you. He's trying to fuck with you. Like, here's a... Okay, I think this even comes up. I think I heard this come up. The Wicked Supreme debate. People are going to say I'm coping here. Here's the facts. Here's the facts. Sunday brings up 10 books or whatever. And so asks Supreme if he's read them. Supreme says, like, no, have you? And Sunday's like, no. I think he says in here, he was trolling when he said that. I believe that. Why the fuck would he bring up those 10 books, ask Wicked Supreme if he's read them, if he hasn't read them, and if he hadn't read them, and you Wicked Supreme hadn't either, why wouldn't he just bluff and say he had read them? Sunday asks who the author of each book was. Yeah, I do not believe that those were books Sunday hadn't read. I do not believe that. I think, honest to God, he was just fucking around, because I don't see any reason why he would admit to having not read them. It is the I'm acting like a retard meme. I agree. It is. I think even in this, Sunday starts acting like a retard and kind of throws for no reason when he's got a perfectly fine position. It is, I'm pretending to be retarded. But I do think he is pretending.
Can I slide through here?
Let her finish.
Okay. So one, pretend not to be interested in the conversation, i.e., he slouches in his chair, or doesn't look at the camera, or pretends to read a book while you're talking. 2, he starts faux laughing while you're talking. This is to make his audience think that what you're saying is ridiculous or not serious. And 3, he will try to interrupt and steamroll. We just saw one of those tactics here. One of the things that he's alleged at me already,
look at this guy.
This whole thing is that I'm doing this for views.
I am.
Okay, sorry. So regardless of whether it is for views, let's go through this allocation. Who's doing this for views? Let's look at
Okay, let's turn the speed down on this. We want to enjoy this. So this is an insanely retarded argument. I've been defending Sunday in that debate since it happened. My read was always the point that he was pointing out Wicked's unfamiliarity with the existence of the books. Right, okay.
President Sunday's viewership when he covers people for way less serious things. Not so erudite. He has tons of videos. I'm willing to bet like 20 videos on her, right? Some of these videos have 8.4K views, 9.9K views, 4.1K views.
He's so real.
19K views, okay? There's videos on Brianna Wu. One of them has 9.6K views.
Really? That's pretty good.
3.1K views, 6.4K views. Pisco. He has one that is, let me pull it up here. Let me zoom this in a little bit. 8.5K views. Destiny has one that has 11K views. So and then
that explains the ad revenue.
Let's look.
That's good.
Let's look at my views in comparison, covering just the Poppy and Zena topic. Okay, 1.7K views, 2.3K views. The highest that I have on this.
Just self-owning all the way down. And here's my opening statement. So, I'm a shit YouTuber, and even when I'm obsessively covering hot-button drama topics, I still can't match you. Nice point, cool, Stardust. That's epic. That's epic. Nice one, Stardust. What do we do? What's the argument here, Stardust? She thinks this proves. She thinks the fact that she gets less views than Sunday proves the fact she's not a clout chaser. This does not follow. This argument does not follow. She's so fucking dense and just self-owns, just sits there shooting herself in the face for like a full minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Crazy. Absolutely insane.
This is 3.3K views.
Sounds like a skill issue.
In reality, if anything, this indicates to me that Sunday would rather go in on things way less serious for more views. He doesn't benefit from covering a topic that has people he used to be associated with. So when it comes down to it, we're going to talk about who's doing something for views.
When was Sunday? He's got like one debate with them.
President Sunday covering people for way less serious things. He doesn't give a fuck about people in a marginalized community who are
the fact I make less money than my boss means I go to work for fun. This is the most retarded line of thinking ever. Jesus Christ, dude. That's nuts. Thinking. Fuck me.
being preyed upon by other people using therapeutic language. Secondly, covering actual abusers of a vulnerable community brings in less views, but I'm still doing it.
Absolutely.
Sunday, on the other hand, he used to be associated with Zena and Poppy. He used to be friends with them. He got called out on prohibiting talk about them in his Discord server, and he got
I don't even know them
about it.
Has a beer arrived yet? No,
sure.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was you. My bad.
Who's doing this for views, like in real? Let's see. Also, when he privated his video, which conveniently he just unprivated today.
Guys, I'm getting speech therapy.
What did Zena and Poppy tweet out? I haven't checked yet, but I heard a rumor that President Sunday privated his video on us. If he did, we appreciate it. Okay, next thing is Stardust. He's alleged Stardust hangs out with Kiwi farmers and Richard Spencer and has told people to end themselves, called them slurs. I will not deny that I've told people to end themselves and that I've called people slurs. But, one, find me posting on Kiwi farms, do it. Are we hiding
Stardust's disheveled appearance on purpose, by the way? No, let's get our girl on the screen. Nasty sight. There we go.
Find me with a username on Kiwi Farms posting on there. Two, I have interviewed scary people. Oh no, but guess what? I don't give a fuck. I will interview them regardless. And look, he's doing his yawning thing again.
I'm just tired.
Boo-hoo. Stardust, you've been yapping for like 3 straight minutes, bitch. Yeah, he's fucking yawning. Yeah, doggy's fucking yawning. No shit.
Things in a chat on the internet. By the way, a chat that he has actively participated in for far longer than I have.
Look, she's preemptively defending herself from like points that Sunday's made on Twitter, and he just doesn't give a fuck. Your opening statement is the time for you to make your positive claim, not for you to preemptively get in front of every argument you think Sunday's going to make. It's like so weak. She doesn't. How have you been streaming, debate streaming for like 3-4 years, and you're so inept at like the basic concepts of it? Just rattling off a bunch of defeaters for arguments you think you're going to get in the opening point doesn't make your point look stronger. It makes it look weaker.
And one that I have left.
You should wait for them to make those points and then use the defeaters. And then if they've got a counter argument, they can address it.
Briefly after that. And that chat, other people in that chat say way worse things than me on a regular basis. So I don't really give a fuck. It's a chat. Weren't you
And this is about spicy chat, by the way. How telling people to kill themselves and shit.
Fan of Sargon at one point. I have never been a fan. My political views have stayed the same. Yes, I've been edgy on the internet, but my political views have stayed the same.
Stardust also used a 6-letter F slur. Stardust used a 6-letter F slur, which is a big no-no. It's a big no-no. According to TOS and according to Spicy Chat's rules, it's a big no-no to use a big old F-bomb like that. I don't think our progressive audience would like that very much. That's not very nice, is it, Stardust? That's not very LGBT friendly, is it, Stardust?
I'm a lib. I'm pretty progressive, and I get a little edgy sometimes. Yes, I interview scary people, but I like to understand where they're coming from and why they form the opinions that they do. So I don't really give a fuck. I'm not here to talk about all these things. I'm here to talk about specifically the Poppy and Zena stuff and why you are so inconsistent on the coverage. I acknowledge
I wonder whose idea it was to rattle this list off in advance. I feel like this is the equivalent of watching, like, when you go into a pub and you see a couple, like, you know, the guy is teaching the girl how to play pool. That's what we're watching right now. The spirit of Becky is behind her, you know, guiding the queue.
Very happy that you at least said that Snowflake is not a rapist. I'm very happy about that, and I appreciate that from you. What I'm unhappy about is the way that you treated people like Ciara Raincloud, who came onto your stream, the way that you treated Malcolm, who came onto your stream, the way that you treated Milena, who came onto your stream, and you also characterized...
It wasn't Beckett this time. No way. Wait, is it? It was Origin. Why is she taking advice from Origin? Dude.
What Snowflake did as a media tour when she gave one interview.
Wasn't there a slideshow? Did you skip the slideshow?
No, I think
No, we
that was
just
the
did.
slideshow.
We finished it.
just did the slideshow. Come on now, President Sunday.
Oh, did I have to
Don't
open
be
a thing?
shady.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh
Yeah,
my god,
he has
bro.
proven my point already, chat. He has proven my point already.
I'll give you this. You're really good at shade.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I just
really
didn't
good at
sleep last
shade.
night.
He's
All right.
EP.
Okay.
He's EP.
My usual's
so-
100, but I like Xylee, so I'm gonna say 200 to my chat. Sorry, as you were.
Oh, okay. What does that
This guy scammed his audience, by the way. No theory in this stream. Bro was too drunk to carry on.
mean?
I have a theory meter on my stream. But,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. All right. Well, look, I'm just gonna let y'all have at it. I don't care about debate bro shit. I like blood sports anyway, so much better. So y'all have at it. Y'all have your argument, and if I feel like I need to step
Goal wasn't met. No Sunday slander. Did he raise it to 400? Because someone definitely donated $200.
in because you're talking over each other, or just don't make me lose my YouTube channel, and you're good. That's all I care about it. Yeah, I think you're gonna be okay. So let the blood begin. Go.
He really raised it to 400. This guy.
I gave my intro, so.
Okay.
He got a $200 dono, 50 gifted subs, and a ton of smaller donos. Guys, open your wallets, open your hearts. What the fuck? What the fuck? Come on now, guys. I know I don't do theory, but I think the streams are pretty good, no?
Where's yours, Sunday?
I yield. You can reply.
What is there to reply to?
How about
Wait,
we do I'll do theory unless you guys donate $400. How about that? How about that?
Nothing to say about what she said.
Not really, no. I'm apparently friends with Poppy and Zena. Since when?
I don't know if you're friends with them, but you certainly have been associated with them, and the very fact that you
How so?
prevented people from talking about it in your server, to me, looks like you're protecting them. Now,
Yo, thank you, Sugarlocks, for $20.
Sugarlocks super chatted $20 for Mr. President.
Thank you.
friends with them, but you certainly have been associated with them in the very.
Right, so let's run this back.
Wait,
What
you
was
have
this?
nothing to say about what she said?
Not really, no. I'm apparently friends with Poppy and Zena. Since when?
I don't know if you're friends with them, but you certainly have been associated with them, and the very fact that you
How so?
prevented people from talking about it in your server, to me, looks like you're protecting them. Now, I agree.
Oh, so it just kind of seems that way. So you just kind of asserted that with no evidence. Oh,
Right.
okay.
I'm glad that you said that Snowflake is not a rapist, but let's be clear. When you privated your video, who tweeted out that they were appreciative of you privating your video?
I don't know. I don't follow them on Twitter.
Okay.
So I have no idea about that. That's weird because the reason why I privated it was actually at Sirius's recommendation, and he was critical of my position on the documents. So,
Yeah, I thought the issue was that it created a little civil war in Sunday's community, and that there was a bunch of fighting over this drama. I thought that was the problem.
that's an odd thing to say. I'm perplexed as to why you would think I'm associated with them at all. I don't know why. For example, I actually was very clear. I was in the hospital this week, and people were starting to talk about the Zena and Poppy stuff in my server, and I didn't have time to look into it. People were getting toxic, so I said, "Look, guys, we care about the culture of the server. We're just not going to talk about it until."
Okay.
Shy hello, it's too early. I can't drop now. But thank you.
Is that when you got the $200?
Fuck, what was it?
Was that the $200 just coming in there?
Yeah, right. So I'm going to look into it, and then I'll make a
What a
statement when I
piece
get
of
back.
shit,
But until
dude.
then,
What a
I don't want
piece
it
of
being talked
shit.
about in the server. That's
What
not
a piece of shit. It's too early. I'm not doing it. Ends the stream before he has a chance to say, "Dude, how does he keep getting away with it?"
How is that
No,
protecting them?
but
They
when
have
you
no
got
they have no
called out,
reach in my
that's
server.
fine.
What?
That's fine. When you got called out on it, my point is, when you got called out on it...
Called out on what?
On not allowing that kind of talk in your Discord. Any talk on
why do you object to me not having people talk about this on my server?
Can I finish what I'm saying? Am I allowed to finish what I'm saying?
You had your whole opening statement. I'm just asking a simple question.
When you got called out on it, you got ass mad, then you tried to cover it on stream, and you covered it in the shittiest way possible. Honestly.
Okay.
Also, trying to deflect, when I criticize you over it, you've tried everything under the sun. You've thrown all the spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. It's not going to stick.
What did I throw at... I'm sorry, what are you talking about? What did I throw at the wall?
Trying to claim that I am a clout shark when you have
are a clout shark. Look at you.
Coverage, when you've done coverage on people for way less things, for way more views.
But no, you're not a clout shark.
Let's
hang on.
Do we have to
you're really bad at content creation. So your views are low.
I'm bad at content creation.
Terrible.
Coming from the guy you sound like, talking to you is like talking Napoleon Dynamite with less charisma. That's what this is like.
Stardust, you are not one to be talking about charisma. What on earth is this line of attack? Dude, Sunday is infinitely more entertaining than Stardust. I don't understand. Why is she going for this?
Thank you.
Okay, that doesn't make you good.
I like Napoleon Dynamite was a childhood hero of mine.
Look, I like Napoleon Dynamite, but I'm saying you are less charismatic than he is.
And yeah, that was a prepared burn.
And he was not.
Well, we're all less charismatic than Napoleon Dynamite. Let's be real.
I don't know about that one.
I know about that one. Your views were in the pits. Your views were in the pits. Your views were in the pits.
Pull up the slideshow again. Do we have to pull up the slideshow again and show the difference in views that you get covering over people like Destiny and Not So Erudite and Pisco for things that are way less serious than this?
Your views are in the pits. Your views are in the pits. Dude.
And I don't see what the argument is here. So I cover other people, therefore what? What is the argument?
The argument is you have no leg to stand on when it comes to accusing other people of doing this for views. I'm doing this because I find it a very serious topic. Now let's get on to the actual
You're doing nothing but Poppy and Zena. There's multiple wars going on.
I'm doing other things. I'm doing other things.
I looked at your channel. It doesn't look like you're doing other things. I'll show you right now.
I upload things dedicated to specific topics, but I'm not only doing them. I have migrated more to a drama with a side of politics streamer, but that's what I've been for a while now. So.
Yeah, you were getting sub 500 views on your average videos.
Dude, Sunday content is so goated.
I'm not surprised.
No, that's not true. I have plenty of other videos that have gotten more views than that.
Not really. Not unless they're covering exactly that kind of thing. Here, I'll show you.
Are we going to cover the Poppy and Zena stuff or not?
I don't know. You didn't bring up the Poppy and Zena stuff except as window dressing to everything else.
No, I brought it up, but I wanted to address things that you've been saying about me prior to us entering this call.
Let me show this on the screen.
When you were on your stream prior to this call Sunday, prior to this debate on Xylie's channel,
you should be able to share your screen.
He's so effortlessly funny, man. How is he so effortlessly funny? Everything he does is so fucking funny. He's just sitting here switching his camera and moving his hand around. I'm laughing my ass off. It's just the way he goes about everything.
To be able.
No, I don't want to share my screen. I just wanted to put a thing on my window. It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
It's not important.
Or did you not accuse me of doing this for views?
You did. You're doing this for views.
Okay,
You're
so
doing
let's
this for views.
forget. You know, fine, whatever. If that's your opinion, that's your opinion. I think I've provided enough evidence to say otherwise. But let's talk about the Poppy and Xena thing.
What evidence have you provided that?
Really, he just says you are doing this for views. He just goes, "Well, if that's your opinion, that's your opinion." Okay.
You're not doing this for views. You just claimed that you're suddenly super interested in this.
I'm not suddenly super interested in this.
I don't believe you.
I am interested in anything where I think that people are abusing their positions of power over a vulnerable community.
She's just so altruistic, guys. She just loves standing up for victims. So it's a hobby of hers, actually, standing up for victims. I hate her. I truly, truly hate
Your
her.
question? Can I ask you? Can I ask you a question? Okay, yeah.
I don't mean that. I don't hate anyone online. I don't truly hate her. I would forget about her if she stopped streaming. But whenever she's put in front of my face, she causes a serious anger to arise from me.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
Okay. You've done how many videos on this now? Just ballpark it.
I don't know. How many videos you've done on Not So Erudite?
Between 5 and 7, I think. But I'm asking for
No,
a pertinent reason,
not
though, to
5
this
and 7.
conversation.
Not 5 and 7. Not between 5 and 7.
On specifically Erudite and the credentials thing, I think it's been about 5 and 7. No?
True.
Is it more?
So many
Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. I am.
videos on Not So Erudite.
Look, I don't.
Ridiculous.
I'm not trying to dig at you for how many videos you've done. I just want to know, pursuant to making another statement, how many roughly off the top of your head have you done?
I don't know.
10?
Maybe like
10?
7, 10.
7?
Yeah, maybe. I wouldn't be surprised.
10.
Let's say
7 to
8.
10.
Let's say 8. Okay.
It's 10 in a row.
In all of this time, have you seen anybody attempt to reach out to a licensing body and report Poppy
Yes.
for what she's doing? Really?
Behind the scenes, absolutely, yeah.
Really? Who? When?
Yeah, if you want to find Stardust's channel, okay, guys. If you want to, I'll help Stardust out here. If you want to find her on YouTube, you can't search Stardust. You have to search Stardust Streams, all one word, and then you will get her. Okay.
Who?
I am talking with people behind the scenes.
You're talking with
who
people
are
behind the scenes.
in the
Yeah.
process.
Right.
Who are in the process of doing that?
Who are in the
yes.
process of doing that? How many
Yes.
weeks has this been
They are
going on now?
gathering the evidence. They are gathering the evidence. They want to make sure that when they
Yeah,
form-
another
when-
algorithm W, showing people what they want to see and not showing them what they don't. Very based, very epic. You have to search Stardust President Sunday, top result.
they filed their complaint that they have everything together as
You
neatly
got
as
like
possible.
600
I
pages
am
of documents.
sure-
They're gathering
I
evidence.
also
What?
I also have multiple people who already I am aware who have already filed complaints, but the main one, I believe, they're still making sure that when they file that
What
complaint-
body do they file complaints to, Stardust? Do you know?
I believe it's the Michigan like licensing for therapists.
The
something
Michigan
like that.
licensing for therapists.
I don't know the name of it. I know it's the Michigan.
That's
It's the
amazing.
Michigan body.
You know they're in Michigan. You know she's a therapist. Okay, got it. Has anybody spoken to a lawyer and looked into like sending a cease and desist letter?
They are speaking to a lawyer. Yes.
Really?
Wow.
And the lawyer advised
Wow,
them.
imagine if they did that before they released a bunch of manifestos about the situation. Imagine.
To start publishing 200-page documents full of logs,
Yep.
provoking them to respond, right? That's what the
Who
lawyer
has
said?
I don't know if the lawyer has said that, but
I know
who
you
has
don't know
been
if the
going
lawyer
on
said that,
for
because there's no
5
lawyer
lawyer.
wouldn't say
There's been
that.
no lawyer.
Sunday.
Because a lawyer
Who
would
has been
fucking
going
say
on for
that,
5
ever.
months with
They
no
would never
pushback?
say that.
It's slandering
Ever.
somebody as a rapist.
Ever.
I'm
Who's been doing
confused.
that?
I'm
With no
confused as to
pushback.
why you think. I'm confused as to why you think that's a retort. Do you know
It is a
why?
retort.
Do you know why a lawyer might recommend that you not, for example, when you're dealing with somebody attacking you in public, not start putting more information publicly in response to them? Can you think of reasons why they might recommend you not do
I'm sorry.
that?
Can you repeat your question?
Yes. Why might a lawyer recommend that, and as they often do, that if somebody is slandering you in public or accusing you of something in public, why would they recommend that you not start litigating this on social media in public with like logs and screenshots and statements, etc.,
Yeah,
etc.?
if you already are, if you're going to court, yeah, there might be a reason for that. But
No,
again,
not if you're
we
going to
don't
court.
have-
They will tell you not to.
we
They will tell you not to go on
don't-
social
wait a
media at all.
Sunday. My issue is not whether lawyers are involved with this. My issue is your
Well, that's Sunday's
inconsistency in
issue.
covering this.
That's Sunday's issue.
What inconsistency?
You are so inconsistent that you are willing to go balls deep into people who've done way less
Okay, rephrase that, please.
than somebody who has been slandering somebody
This
for
guy.
5 months as a rapist.
I was not aware they were slandering someone for 5 months as a rapist. I don't associate with these people. The only reason why I've gone after the people that I have is because of either specific political disagreements, or because in the case of Not So Erudite, she leveraged credentials that she didn't have in order to make claims pertaining to psychology.
How about somebody who's leveraging credentials that they do have to prey upon people in a vulnerable community?
Well, then you report them to the licensing body. That's your first step. You send a cease and desist letter. That's the second step.
You don't think that people have a right to?
So what about that second step?
Presented about
no one's saying anything about right, Stardust.
Nobody has a right to push back on the.
No one's saying anything about what they've got a right to do, Stardust. That's not what any of this is about. It's so retarded. She's so dumb. She's so dumb. No, it's not dumb. Saying Stardust is dumb is how she gets away with this. She is dumb, but that's dishonesty. That's dishonesty. That's deliberate. That is a deliberate reframing from taking reasonable advice into, you're trying to tell victims to shut up. Yeah, the difficulty is she's both. Exactly, right?
Narrative that's presented to them?
You basically did. You had a problem with them. You called what You called what Snowflake did a media tour when she gave one interview to somebody.
Yeah, I was under the impression she had given multiple interviews. I think the one interview was a mistake.
Yes, exactly. Even the one interview is a mistake. The point, you can take issue with the phrasing of it as a media tour because it was only one interview. You can take issue with that phrasing, but you're not detracting from the actual point Sunday was making, which is that one of the worst things you can do if you're attempting to mount a case for defamation is start going around and doing interviews with live streamers. That's the point.
Maybe if you did some reading beforehand, you would have been better informed on it.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe you should have done some reading on all the evidence that was being spoon-fed to you, instead of making
actual malice,
really fucking stupid claims about what's going on.
Like what?
Well, learn to speak properly one day, I believe.
For example, Milena should have not written the documents the way that she did. I mean, even going
She shouldn't have written the documents the way that she did. They're too long. Look, it's very simple. You have two very strong claims, right? Very strong claims. Very easy to defend. Poppy tried to coerce this person or bully this person or whatever into a sexual long-term relationship with her.
Isn't Milesh one of Stardust's gods?
That 200-page document, first of all, makes you look crazy to a lot of people. It's like, oh wow, this is what is this?
Yes, it does.
You got like all of these logs about every bad thing they've ever done. You've got like this additional thing on, oh, they're a bad parent, they're a bad this and that. Probably all true. Maybe all true.
Yeah, never mind the fact that Stardust's reasoning for her being a bad parent is completely flawed, and she constantly cites. On like 3 separate occasions, I've heard Stardust cite that list of chores. Fucking insane, dude. It's totally insufferable.
But the problem is that now all of a sudden you've got one party claiming this person raped me, and you've got the other party.
This was last night, Nick. This was last night. This just happened last night. I'm surprised you didn't know what was going on, honestly.
Party going, here's this 200-page document. Let me tell you why we disagree.
Gotta say, dog shit moderator. Absolute dog shit moderator. Did nothing for almost the entire time. Totally zoning out and Ethan Ralphing it. It was
to end up happening.
It was rough.
What's going to end up happening is that document is going to stand as an invitation for Zena and Poppy to respond. It's not going to stop them from saying anything. And now they're going to start pouring through this and replying to things. And it's going to escalate.
That's fine.
And that accusation, that slander, that calling this snowflake person a rapist, that may get way beyond where it's able to reach right now, which is basically nobody. Nobody's seen it. Look at the tweets they have. There's like nothing there.
That's not
pretty true, yeah.
They have a decent amount of influence in their community and in the communities around them.
Like what influence? What influence do they have? What are you talking about?
What do you mean what influence? They are content creators. They have regular viewership. Secondly,
having regular viewership is not having influence.
10K sub channel, by the way. 10K sub channel.
Almost virtually every...
Go on. Let me finish. Regardless of whether people published a 200-plus page document or several 200-page plus documents, prior to that, nobody was saying anything. Did Poppy and Zena stop alleging what they were alleging? No. In fact, they kept going. So whether or not those documents came out
so did somebody report that?
Wait, Kuihman, can you confirm to me if Doe, trans/deer, is now being fed to death by Demon Mama? I heard they are a feeder now. Yeah, they are a feeder. I won't co-sign the idea of being fed to death. okay? But they are being fed by Demon Mama, yes. If you want a real rabbit hole to go down with Doe, the old 4chan posts where she dressed up in a Trump 2020 or 2016 one-piece swimsuit and made posts about wanting to be raped by MAGA dick is a good one to dive into. That's probably better than the feeder stuff, to be honest.
Did somebody report them to? Did somebody report them to a? Did somebody report them to a licensing body? Did someone send?
I already responded.
Did somebody talk to a lawyer? Did somebody send a cease and desist letter?
People are in the process of doing that. Why the fuck should anybody care about your not-so-airtight coverage when you aren't willing to hold the same standards to people who are in the same community as you, who are preying upon vulnerable people, who are, who market their communities as a safe place for vulnerable people?
What are you talking about holding the same standards? I immediately condemned them when I knew about it. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, bringing people onto your stream to be super condescending towards them.
How was I condescending towards them? In my judgment, I think the moves they made were unwise, and I think they endanger them for the reasons I've given. This is not very complicated to understand.
You talked out of your ass with information that you were
thank God the beer's here.
misinformed on.
Oh,
Misinformed
I love
on.
you. Sorry, say that again.
Sky.
You talked out of your ass with information that you were misinformed on.
What are you talking about? Specify.
Again, we just did it. Media tour. That somehow popped.
Is that it? I was
So he implied there was more than one interview and there was only one. That's the kill shot, really.
I was under a misapprehension. I was under a misapprehension that she talked to multiple people. That's it.
That's a pretty big detail. That's a pretty big detail.
No, it's not.
To call it a media tour. Yeah, absolutely. Somebody who's getting slandered for months as a rapist. Yeah, absolutely. Secondly,
it's really not, because the point of calling it a media tour was to explain to them that it was a bad idea to talk to streamers if you're attempting to mount a legal case against someone. So that the meaning, the intention of the statement remains totally unchanged by whether it's one interview or 10 interviews. It just means it's even worse if it's 10 interviews.
People aren't already contacting licensing organizations. Third, that people aren't already in contact with lawyers. Fourth, that people
I know for a fact.
Are not publishing that people not publishing.
I know for I don't know, but I already your mic's peaking, by the way. Just heads up. Your mic's peaking. Just a heads up. Like you're cutting out a little bit.
You can understand what the fuck you're saying, bitch.
No, like your audio quality is getting considerably worse. So like maybe adjust your mic a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. They're.
Thank you.
Rudimute Crab super chatted $1.30. Stardust's top lip never moves. It kills me.
They're continuing to slander Snowflake, regardless of whether.
Thank you for the
anything came
$2.
out. It makes no sense to me why Snowflake and everybody else involved in this are required to stay silent when Poppy and Zena not only are making statements on social media, but
he's such an asshole, dude. He's such a fucking asshole. It's crazy.
streams.
Yeah, who's
streams on them.
Yeah, okay. Who's said that they're required to stay silent? What are you talking about?
You were the one suggesting that they don't make these documents.
Okay, so me suggesting that they not make a document, which I don't think I actually did say, but me suggesting to not make a document, that's telling them they don't have a right to speak about this publicly? What?
What is your point in all of this? What was your point in
That's my question. That's the question I'm asking. What is your point in all this, Star?
My point in this is that I think it's despicable that two people one of whom is a therapist, one of whom has all of the knowledge required to know the ethics in this. And by the way, we've pulled up the list of ethics for counselors on stream.
Yeah, she's a real bitch.
Who knows all of this is weaponizing their knowledge, marketing their community as a safe.
Did Poppy report this so-called assault to the police? What's your point? No one's agreeing with Poppy's definition of assault on this. It doesn't change the advice you give to the victims, what?
Space for mentally vulnerable people who probably already have family issues, who don't have people around them to guide them.
Probably.
And this person has a history of being a sex pest, and they are using this knowledge to abuse people in their community.
She apparently did, but nothing came of it. Yeah, I wonder why. But the fact she's reported to the police, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, the fact she's reported to the police, if she has, probably is going to make that defamation case much more complicated than they seem to be claiming it will be. Because if so, I would imagine that if you're trying to claim someone maliciously lied about being raped, but they reported it to the police at the time as a rape, that's probably going to throw a spanner in it. That's probably going to throw a spanner in the works. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, I would say.
You know what I think we shouldn't do? We shouldn't start aggregating a bunch of logs that expose the intimate details of people relating to them for people like on Kiwi Farms, for example.
Oh, Lily Tenchies. Wait, maybe I misread your comment then. Maybe I misinterpreted your intention there, because it may be that we agree completely then. Of course not. My point is that if she believes it's SA, she would have. Yeah, exactly. So the fact if she's reported it, the fact that is the case would lean heavily on it. Would lead heavily into her believing it truly was rape. Yeah.
Example to pick apart and dig into. Yeah.
I don't.
Because what I speculate.
Which is a bit now. Yeah.
This is just me musing. But what I speculate Zena and Poppy are trying to do here is they're kind of banking. At a certain point, it's going to get boring with them, but those other people, they're going to linger in their imaginations, and maybe they'll dig into them a little bit in the future, and then they'll get their revenge or whatever.
If you actually first off,
you have better insight into Zena and Poppy's psychology. Okay, lay it on me.
Okay, first off, Poppy and Zena were already revealing intimate details when they would do streams on people. When they do streams on people, slandering them.
Sure.
So, I think it's completely fair that after months of
No has reported that Poppy did go to the police and they didn't take her seriously. Okay, yeah, so, I mean, it feels so fucking irresponsible for Malcolm to be gaslighting this whole situation, being like, oh, it's a slam dunk defamation case. It's a slam dunk defamation case. There's nothing you could possibly say publicly that would undermine your case. That is what Malcolm was arguing, because there was nothing that could possibly be said publicly by No to undermine this slam dunk defamation case. I don't see that. I do not see, in no aspect of that do I see that. In no aspect of this do I see that. That's not shown. There is so many ways this defamation case could fall through if they pursue it, which apparently they are. Which apparently they are now, which makes it incredibly fucking stupid that there's been this 3 weeks, month of looking over these docs, because it should have just been taken as a defamation case from the start.
not getting their stories out, that they are allowed to get their stories out.
Who said they're not allowed to get their stories out?
Nobody.
Secondly,
Nobody said.
Who said that? I didn't
No, he
say
didn't.
that. Hang on. Ooh. That's an accusation. Where have I said they're not allowed to get their stories out?
She's so dumb.
Let me finish.
Where have I accused them of not being able to get their stories out?
The people on Kiwi Farms are, if anything, if you've read what they've said on Kiwi Farms, if anything, they have said that they might politically disagree with the people involved in this, that they actually feel bad for the victims in this case, and that they wish them the best. So, yeah, we can doomer about Kiwi Farms all we want. We can.
So just to be clear, hang on, just to be clear.
Naming Kiwi Farms as an argument is not.
Let me know when you're finished your Braveheart speech.
It's not.
Okay.
So naming Kiwi Farms is not good enough as an argument to me. Sorry.
Okay, so
wait,
just
I have a question.
I kind of had a question though. I kind of had a question
right,
though. Can I ask, please,
yeah.
just quickly, and then okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
So just so we're clear, you think that Kiwi Farms, the people who almost as like a 50% of their activities on there, just A-log random trans people and call them various things I'm not sure I'm allowed to talk about on here, go after like their intimate sexual details, their families, etc. Every single Discord mod from Keffels, like anyone anyone who remotely smacks them is like an embarrassing weirdo on by their lights, right?
You know
You think, just to be clear, so you think those
you know
people?
Who else say ALOC? They also ALOC Nazis.
Sure. So just to be clear,
actually their biggest threats on Kiwi farms are
I try and fix my phone.
Yeah, they're basically the Inglorious Bastards, but yeah, they're heroes. But like, just to be clear, so you're running with people who go after those people specifically, the people we're talking about. You think when like, are you a fucking infant? Like, do you think all of a sudden they're like, we all of a sudden care so much about the plight. We all of a sudden care so much. We all of a sudden care. I would love to finish the sentence. We all of a sudden care so much about these polyamorous neo-pronoun using trans people who are
reminder to get a better chair. We will get a better chair one day, okay?
Who are like fucking this poly person. You think they care about? Are you?
They have a significant trans community, yeah. So I mean, like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, it ain't that kind of community, sister.
They're literally a gossip website. Man. I don't care. You can't use the Kiwi Farms argument with me. I don't give a fuck.
Well, I'm not really making a Kiwi Farms argument. What I'm kind of saying is, you spinning this as like, oh, like they're on side somehow. That's a weird. That's a weird move.
They don't give a fuck about the victims in this. They've said
that's my point.
Victims.
That's my point, Star. They don't give a fuck.
My point, they give a fuck about the people abusing their power, abusing their knowledge. They don't give a fuck about going after victims.
Really?
And what's to say that should one of these victims do something stupid and embarrassing in public in the future, that the information gathered during this period will not be used against them? How does she not see this? How does she not see this? It's not even a comment on the evil KFers. It's not even about that. It is simply that by bringing out these stories and attracting attention, you are litigating stuff in the public that would be better litigated in a courtroom and potentially exposing these people to harm in the future for no real benefit. Like, there's no real justice being served right now.
Not in this one.
All right, well, that's a decision.
How many beers have you had tonight?
This is my first one.
How many beers?
Exactly. It's the way the machine works. It's the way the internet goes. It's just the way things grind. It's just how it goes. That if these people spell out later, that information will be used against them, will be used to mock them. Obviously, that is the way it goes. Stardust, of all people, should probably know this as a lolcat herself.
Yeah.
Of two.
All right.
Can we get into how you said that President Sunday said he didn't care or shouldn't have? What was that first part that you said? That he didn't. What did you say that he said that the person shouldn't have written the document or shouldn't have done that? What was the first part?
I don't know. The whole stream was very confusing because on one end he's saying that Snowflake shouldn't have gone out and told her story. Then there you go. Then he's saying, oh, I didn't say that she shouldn't tell her story. In fact, I understand why she wants to go tell her story. Then he says, oh, I don't think that Milena should have written these documents the way that she did. And then he says, I don't have a problem with the documents. So I don't know what it is, Sunday. You flip-flopped like crazy during that stream.
Well, I think what I said was talking off the cuff, unscripted, with some random YouTube drama channel. Comes with risks and comes with very few benefits. Nobody's going to see this. I think the thing is like 1,000 views. And it invites the opportunity for her to say something that can be used against her for whatever reason. It can be spun in whatever way, or it invites a response.
Did that happen?
Or it invites a response. Did what happen?
It doesn't matter if it invites a response because Poppy and Zena would be.
It could still.
Regardless.
Well, it does a little bit. Like, let's say, for example, they get it into their heads that I don't think people are kind of buying this whole sex under deception is rape thing as like a justification for calling Snowflake this. Why don't we just say something else? Like, oh, by the way, in addition to that, she was a little bit pushy in the bedroom. Ooh, hard to disprove.
But we know that's not the case.
We don't know this though.
We do because we have the logs. Because if you looked at the logs,
really, what log disproves?
What
log?
His point is that she could just make it up. If she's already making stuff up, she could just make up more and then you have to respond again, and again, and again, and again. That's the point, retard.
What log disproves, for example, an account? What log?
You will see that both sides acknowledge, Snowflake and Poppy both acknowledge that Poppy was the one who initiated sex.
It doesn't matter.
And?
It does matter.
That doesn't matter. I'm gonna blow your mind. I'm gonna blow your. Hey, Stardust. I'm gonna blow your mind. I'm gonna blow your mind right now.
Poppy and Zena. Poppy.
Yeah. Okay. Just stop yapping for a sec. I'm gonna blow your mind. Yeah, I know.
The interview with Liana. Wait, no, you don't have the information on this. So listen to me.
No. Just. It doesn't matter. You're not following me.
Let her finish.
They did
all right.
Kirshner. They did.
Dude, she's spoken for like the entire fucking time, man.
An interview with Liana Kirshner where Poppy admitted in that interview that she was the one who initiated sex.
Okay, I'm gonna blow your mind. Okay.
Okay,
you can initiate sex and still have bad things done to you afterwards. You can even be assaulted and raped afterwards.
But sure, you can.
Yeah.
But Poppy
that's a.
Poppy says,
she doesn't say that now, right?
No, she does not say that.
She doesn't say a lot of things.
She was
what if
by deception because she was under the impression that she was going to have a relationship with Snowflake when she actually in the log with Snowflake right prior that night or the night prior said that, oh, are we still broken up? She knew that they were broken up.
Yeah, you're an idiot. Unfortunately, like none of this establishes anything.
Not even.
None of this establishes anything. Star.
Why should I
none of this.
In this conversation
Star.
with you? Because you're a fucking idiot who doesn't prepare for anything.
Star. Literally none of this establishes your case to a third party beyond the shadow of a doubt. That's a problem.
Nobody. No. They have the right to tell their story.
I never said they don't have the right to tell their story. I don't know who you're arguing with.
It's so insane. I don't. She's so detached. Like she's not addressing what's being said. She's just making up stuff that would make Sunday look bad.
You had your problems with it. You were arguing with.
Yeah, they made stupid decisions, dumb decisions, dumb decisions all around. You're making a stupid decision right now.
Maybe they made stupid decisions. I think you are the stupidest decision that anybody's ever done. Honestly, your mom.
Zinger! Zinger alert! Zinger alert! Zinger detected! Zinger detected! Let's go. I think you're the stupidest mistake that anyone's ever done. What a fucking brain-dead moron.
Having you is a stupid decision. Like, let's
be real.
But
really, it really was.
Yeah.
Poor woman.
Ding dong, Zinger delivery.
Yeah, did you lose weight? You look good.
I appreciate it.
No,
I don't know.
No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. It's amazing that does she recognize that she's being sort of like jabbed at here? Or does she think this is like earnest, like totally earnest? Does she recognize it's backhanded? Or has she taken this as a full-on compliment? What do we think? How do we think that's? How do you think that's going?
Maybe.
Tell me your secret sometime.
Hit the Ozempic, Starter. Hit the Ozempic
now, so we don't have to read a bunch of quote tweets. I mean,
here's the thing. I wanted to like President Sunday. I did. I've said this before. I really did want to like him because I think he's kind of goofy. And I was trying to do the whole like, oh, I'm Joker, he's Batman thing initially when I thought he was just a goofy guy.
But then you realized you were the Penguin.
Maybe we have different political leanings. But I thought, he's a goofy guy. I can be Joker. He can be Batman. Whatever. And I'll be like a fucking weirdo. And it'll be a great ongoing thing.
She's so detached. She's so detached. So Stardust, you were never that important. In no way can you match up to Sunday. You're not on the same playing field in any respect. I don't. Where's she gotten this idea in her head from?
Really, really funny ongoing. But I don't know, the more that I watched of him, the more disappointed I became, because it seems like he is more willing to do things like go after people like Not So Erudite, Brianna Wu, Pisco, than, you know...
Brianna Wu also lied about a degree, by the way. I learned about that a few months ago. It's funny.
Who you will go after for way less serious things. None of them have used their power or their credentials to coerce people into entering relationships with them and to verbally abuse them and to make them feel like they're at fault for being verbally abused. None of them have done that. You can have problems with things that they've done, like whether you have an issue with Not So Erudite about, you know, advising people on getting therapists or whatever, right? You can have problems with that. But she still has not done anything to the gravity that Poppy and Zena have.
I agree. What's your point?
My point is, again, that there's an inconsistency here. You are willing to go.
What's the inconsistency?
You are willing to go. So
No, it's really simple.
He'll have the same stance, but it's you have to fight every single battle, otherwise you can't fight any of them. This is such a retarded point. It's so stupid, man. Everyone does not go after every single person who ever does something wrong. You simply cannot take every fucking battle. Like, that's just not... What? It doesn't mean you're inconsistent just because you're not fighting everyone who does something that you would see as wrong.
It's really simple.
Are you going to let me answer the question?
You've been rambling the entire time. It's
you
really...
asked the question. Do you want me to answer it?
It's really simple.
It's yes
it's
or no.
really
It's yes or no.
It's really
yes
simple.
No. If it's no, say
Have
yes
I
or
actually
no.
finished a single sentence tonight?
You
like,
asked
uninterrupted?
me a question. You asked me a question.
It's really simple if not so erudite. There's a very clear, simple, clear-cut thing that she's doing that I'm objecting to.
So the answer is no. Okay.
If this was some convoluted...
Let him finish.
If there was some convoluted drama involving her sexual relationships with other people, I probably...
Well, no, Food Shop's point was that Tipster has a different stance. It's not that Tipster didn't take the fight against Vosh, it's that he has a hypocritical stance. Sunday's stance, if you ask him, isn't hypocritical. He just doesn't take every fight. Food Shop's issue with Tipster is that his opinion of Vosh is better because Vosh is lying. But he sees Food Shops as worse because Food Shops is being honest, which just seems like totally backwards logic.
It would probably take a lot to get me to touch that with a 50-foot pole. It's not my business. I'm not interested in that. It's not the kind of thing I like to wade through. In this particular case, the only reason why I was wading into it is because me saying, hey, this stuff's coming to my ears, and I'm seeing people fighting about it in the server. Let's put a freeze on this till I'm out of the hospital and I have time to look into it. This is now being taken as evidence of me carrying water for Zena and Poppy. Now I'm like, okay, fuck, I guess I have to look at this now.
Look, Sunday, I will say I'm willing to give you some leeway there and say, if you were in the hospital, I was not aware of that, and I don't think that you were
well, you have somebody spying on our server. Like, surely you saw, for example, the fact that I unbanned discussion of Poppy and Zena myself.
I don't have people spying on your server.
Well, then where'd your screenshots come from? Where'd that come from, then?
What screenshot?
Well, what was the basis for you saying that I banned discussion of Zena and Poppy on my server in the first place?
I retweeted what somebody tweeted.
Which was a screenshot of my server, yeah?
Right, that's somebody else. I don't have people spying on your server.
Sure, whatever. So, but there are people, though, who are like, so you just didn't know about that? You didn't bother to go in and check? You didn't bother to ask, maybe? Like, hey, Sunday, I noticed that your friends, not my friends, by the way, I have no association with them, but your friends, Zena and Poppy, are doing all this bad stuff, and you're awfully quiet. What's the deal? Nothing. We're just down to
We're not on talking terms, and I already thought
we're talking right now. Wait, you had to unblock me to make that tweet.
Yes, I did, and guess what?
That means you were. That means no, Star. That means
Sunday.
I was blocked and you weren't.
I have an issue with you.
I don't have a problem talking to you. It's easy.
I don't give a fuck about your Discord server. What I give a fuck about is you choosing to go so hard on Not So Erudite, go so hard on all these other people and get way more views with them, but God forbid you go in on Poppy and Zena because they won't give you the views that you need. You want to talk about? Let's talk about the actual story.
No, it's because it's messy and personal and boring to me.
You told the victims.
I didn't know the details. Beg your pardon?
You told the victims to disengage as soon as Chaos got involved. You told that their timing of their drop.
I didn't tell them. Hang on. Whoa. Did I tell them to disengage? Did I tell them to disengage?
You told them that because Chaos latched onto this, that they shouldn't be engaging in this.
He said the smart idea is to not engage. The good advice is do not engage, seek restitution through a lawyer. That is the intelligent advice. Yes, Stardust. Yes.
You told them that.
Well, I probably said in my opinion, it'd be a good idea to disengage from, like, disengage wouldn't even be the word. It's probably a good idea to stop, like, putting out more information, like more and more logs and things like that. That's probably very unwise. It'd be a good idea to not do that. I probably said something like that. I didn't tell anybody not to. I didn't say, hey, you're not...
Exactly, but then how would Stardust make videos? How would Stardust revive her career if these victims weren't shooting themselves in the foot for her? Exactly, Dontron. How would she make videos?
Allowed to do this, guys. You gotta stop. You gotta stop now.
You were flip-flopping so
Actually, there's only one person. There's only one person that I told that you need to stop this right now. And that's Poppy. I believe on the 10th. When I decided, like, hey guys, you can talk about this. They've made this public, like...
Okay.
And that was with minimal information. I just saw that they were still, like, going after, like, interpersonal stuff using their social media platform. Like, okay, guys, like, you can't do this.
You've got people who have gathered information meticulously into documents to talk.
So if somebody wasn't, if somebody was of a disposition to start, you know, digging into the personal lives of the victims in this case, they've done all their work for them. A lot of it, anyways. A lot of stuff to latch on to.
But that is not what's happening.
But it kind of is. Like, even I think Kuihman even had coverage of this, and he had an unsympathetic view of the kid, right?
I did.
Even if that is the case, that people are using this as an excuse to dig into other people, that doesn't mean that those people don't have a right to give their side of the story and publish the logs that they want to.
No, it's not a kid. It's a 24-year-old. I will just correct that.
Publish.
I never said they don't have a right to.
It would help.
I said if they were motivated. I said if they were motivated to stop the slander, or to stop this from escalating further, posting all those logs in the way that they're doing, it's probably not a wise move.
Sunday.
I didn't say they don't have a right to do anything.
It would probably help if you knew what was actually in the logs instead of just judging them without knowing what's in them.
Well, no, because what I was judging of the logs, what I was judging of the logs was their format, which is 200 pages of just logs, just assembled vertically.
What are victims required to do? What do people always ask victims to do when they are alleging abuse? Provide evidence.
No. If you're alleging abuse, and especially abuse of somebody, for example, who is like a licensed, like, doctor or therapist or something, you do not provide evidence to the...
Oh, Stardust do kind of be looking like Dick Cheney, though. No? Am I crazy? She do kind of be looking like Dick Cheney. Well, I see it. The snarl. You're right, I see it.
The internet, you talk to a lawyer, and you report them to their licensing body,
Again,
and you go that way. Lawyers. And maybe you report them to, like, the platforms they're doing it on. But, like, I'm sorry, what the fuck are...
Look at her face there. Look at that. Look at that. Dude, you can't deny it. You can't deny that she looks like Dick Cheney.
What are you going to do about this, Stardust? Like, you're the audience for this document.
You are assuming that there is sensitive information about these victims in the document.
They concern accusations of rape. Every piece of information in there is definitionally sensitive.
That you are assuming that there is personal information.
The names of the people involved are sensitive.
The names of the people involved were released by Poppy. What is wrong with you? You don't even know the basics of this fucking story.
What does them being released by Poppy have anything to do with this?
You are saying that them releasing these documents is putting that information out there. That information was already out there with no fucking pushback.
That's not true. Spawn's name was not out there before the document came out. Spawn's name was released in response to the document, almost like continually escalating this with online shit fighting is the wrong way to approach it, and you should try to seek restitution through a court instead. Or almost like the situation can get worse for the victims if you just start spazzing out on social media and try to fight these people. It's so retarded. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what happens to any of these people, but I'm not sitting here claiming I do. Fucking Stardust on stream every day saying, oh, I care about victims, I care about victims, and then giving the worst advice imaginable.
So so just to be clear, okay, slow down. So what you're saying, slow down. So what you're saying is that all of the information from those logs was already published by Zena and Poppy, all of it. There was nothing new.
The private.
So look at her trying to worm her way around this
information. For example, the name of people, yes. But their story.
False. Wrong. That was not published before the documents came out. Wrong. False. Liar. Total liar.
Their pushback on this saying, no, this is not true, that was not out there.
No, Poppy revealed Spawn's preferred name in response to the document.
But hang on, so you're telling me that in that 200-page document, none of the screenshots, none of all of this stuff, all of it was old news, right?
No, it wasn't old news.
So it was new. It was new logs. It was new information that wasn't available publicly. That Zena and Poppy hadn't publicized, right?
You were obfuscating. You're obfuscating. So what
am I obfuscating? I'm asking a pretty pointed question. Like, was there new information in the docs, or was there not?
Your initial claim was that the release of these documents would release personal, private information that would lead people to dig in more into the victims. That is not the case because any personal private information, aka names of people, was already released by Poppy.
That's not true. It was released in response to the document.
Well, no, because these DMs, for example, of like the kid.
She is the one who doxed Haley's name.
These DMs.
Not those documents. Not those documents.
Yeah,
even
whatever.
Spawn.
It doesn't. It doesn't matter.
It was not the child. Even the child.
You're coping, Atari.
The personal information, the name of the child was not released in those documents.
Actually, I don't know. She probably looked more normal. We can probably go back. I love doing this. No clips? No clips? No clips? 3 years ago. 3 years ago.
Racist for fucking doing my tri-hex thing. Like, I hate you. You type the N-word in the chat.
She did look more normal. She looked way more normal.
Who released that Who released the name of the child?
It doesn't matter. Star, it doesn't matter.
It does matter.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. I'm about to explain why. It doesn't matter. I'm about to explain. I like how like the premise of all of this is you're lecturing me on not going through like 500 pages of document, but you're not letting me finish a sentence and you're still responding to me.
I'm the one doing the lecturing here. You're the one who is condescending to the victim, so.
Can we just like step back from this whole thing for a second? Can I just level with you? You're not stupid.
I'm waiting.
You're not stupid. But you look really fucking...
Well, I disagree. That's where I disagree with you, Sunday. That's where I disagree.
For a second, can I just level with you? You're not stupid.
I'm waiting.
You're not stupid. But you look really fucking stupid. And there's a simple reason for this. You have hedged all your bets on somehow, maybe, on a dice roll, cracking into, like, getting reasonably successful, just being a fucking C-tier drama monger on like, social media or whatever. But, as a consequence of this, you don't look like you're good at anything. You don't have an identity. You just jump from, like, fad to fad to fad, or whatever you think will like give you. Oh, I'll get 1,000 views from this VOD, which is why you've only been doing Zena and Poppy stuff for like the past few, like a month or so.
Let me reiterate to you: you are the one who does coverage on topics that are way less serious for more views. In fact,
this is so not a response. Again, not a response. It doesn't follow.
To me, what it looks like is that you didn't want to cover Poppy and Zena.
I have
it wouldn't give you enough views. It wouldn't give you.
That's, dude. He does theory streams like half of the week.
Dude, I have like an entire theory playlist.
You don't give a fuck about a topic that doesn't give you the views that you want.
But I do though. I do. That's why I skip most drama stuff. I skip most of it.
You would never do.
Do you see me covering red pill shit? Do you see me covering like
Sunday? You would never.
The only time Sunday covers like non-serious drama shit is if there's like literally nothing else going on, or he really hates the person involved and he just wants to fuck with them. Generally, Generally, Sunday's doing theory streams, or he's doing like politics adjacent, sort of like drama-y politics, that sort of thing. The intersection, you know, when Destiny has like a big Israel-Palestine debate or something like that, you know. Which isn't, yeah, it's not like academic, but it's not rape reviews at the same time, is it? It's like there's a difference here, I feel like, in the type of topic.
Never do coverage of a topic that gave you sub 500 views. You never would.
I do all the time.
You didn't have a choice for months, Stardust. This has been your only way out of being under 500 views.
I did run Foucault and SCP the other day.
I'm sorry, you never would. You go in on people like
but I do though.
Yeah, he does low view shit. What is this argument that Sunday's just desperately going for whatever's gonna get him the most views? Like, he did the treason of Corinthos, sure, you could say it'd get views from that. It begins, the prancing ballad of Stalkless Jay. This probably won't get, this isn't like crazy view content. This is like just because he doesn't like Jay Stalk, and they were talking about him. Dr. Terminus is here to cure you.
White liberals.
So he's watching Sargon stuff, and then he does some old Killstream stuff. He does a Dr. Mike and Dr. K. Affecting this whole place. This is theory, and then he does Daily Wire responses. Like, this isn't. It's not like he's just doing rape reviews. It's not like he's sitting here doing, oh, what's Katie Buggs said about the George Not Found situation. That's not what he's doing.
Because it gives you massive views.
Look, I'll show you. Brandonwood does not give me massive views. 10,000 views is not massive.
Yeah, exactly. And even if you say Sunday's a clout shark, that doesn't discount Stardust being a clout shark. And it doesn't, again, the whole point is irrelevant anyway. It's just obvious that Stardust is approaching this cynically, but trying to dress it up as though she's being altruistic. And that's the fundamental problem.
Views. There are no massive
Whether
views
or not either of them is a clout shark is kind of immaterial.
In comparison to me covering Poppy and Zena, which gets me the most 3.3k views.
Look, let's see here. Let's see here. I've got a video essay. I've got a video essay here. Look. Here, hang on. Yeah. I'm sure. Look. Yes. Sons of Gondor, of Rohan, my brothers. Look. I've got a video essay here. I've got a video essay here. 1.7k views. Okay. This is over a month. Why God cannot be both personal and timeless. I deal with like
Right.
Actually, you'd find this really cool. Fuck, where'd that book go?
It's leftist. God forbid it's leftist.
Beg your pardon?
God forbid it's leftist.
What do you mean, God forbid it's leftist? What? What are you talking about?
You don't want to cover it if it's an abuse story.
Lady,
get you less than
5k
views.
Yeah, lady.
How often does Sunday cover
I torched
fucking abuse stories? How often does Sunday cover fucking abuse stories? Oh my god.
Vosh, I torched Vosh, lady, moderator. There was moderation for this, yes?
Because it gave you.
Can I finish the thought?
What's up?
I just want to say a thing. Okay. I torched Vosh, who's the biggest lefty in my reach. Fuck, my earphones covered. I torched Vosh, who is the
It
biggest
gave you more than
lefty
5 K views.
in my reach,
Stardust. Let him finish. Let
I
him finish.
torched Vosh, burned that bridge immediately over fucking cartoon porn. How has that benefited me? What are you talking about?
That gave you more than 5K views, did it not?
Yeah,
How
for
many
like
views
a
did you get from
week.
Yeah, don't come.
Yeah, the prolonged exposure to Vosh's audience is more beneficial than pumping out one video where you shit on him. Are you dense?
That's not a business decision, Stardust.
When you are unwilling to cover important topics that give you less of the views that you want. Why are you still associated with Chariot TV?
I'm associate. What? What are you talking about?
You know Chariot TV?
I know of Chariot TV.
And then just random guilt by association, just like, oh, do you associate with this internet rapist? Do you associate with this internet rapist? Who cares?
I think I spoke to her once in like the last 2 years.
Okay, all right.
What are you talking about? Why does what about Cherry TV?
Apparently, they've admitted to raping a woman. So I mean,
have they?
Yeah.
Well, that's bad.
Yeah, I mean, like.
What do you want me? Okay, hang on, slow down,
There's a history here.
Slow down. Yeah, slow down.
If the allegations of abuse.
You mean me going after Xander? You know, I went after Demon Wombo before too when I was a leftist, right? I was Xander.
That came from Brianna Wu, by the way. That came from Brianna Wu, 100%. Because Brianna Wu's got out for a Chariot person. They fucking hate each other. I'm not sure what that's about. I've never even seen the claims against Chariot. I've got literally no idea, but that 100% came from Brianna Wu.
Carl, Keffels, Vosh. Like who's left at this point? Shark. I haven't gone after Shark yet. Your next Shark. Mark me.
Sunday.
Moby Dick's my favorite book, and you're in the ballpark of a whale.
You're missing my point.
He wasn't even okay. I think someone said he called her a whale, but he didn't. He was referring to shark, and he was talking about him being a shark.
Missing my point.
You have a point.
I heard people say he was calling her a whale, but he didn't.
You did not read any of the documents that were meticulously gathered.
Run number 2, by the way.
Assumptions. You're making assumptions of that these documents are disclosing private information that is going to be at risk to the victims. You have not read them.
Any information is at risk to the victims.
You have
any information is definitionally at risk to the victims.
You've not read them to make that.
It doesn't matter. Any information, true or false, is a risk to the victims. Any information is an invitation for them to double down, to escalate, Even if every single thing they say is completely kosher, they're completely safe from a legal point of view, that is still going to provide some kind of agitation to Zena and Poppy to start doing this more.
They were already
so much foam just to get that sound effect. Yeah, completely ruined the pour. Literally the worst beer he's ever poured, but it was worth it.
They were already doing this. They were already doing this nonstop.
Yeah, because people in their infinite wisdom did not decide, for example, to go to the platforms that are hosting them. Did not decide to go to the licensing board. Did not decide to go to a lawyer.
For 5 minutes, watching it flatten out before he can drink it properly.
The licensing board.
Yeah, months later. Well, hang on, slow down, cowboy. After people say they have done so. I've seen no evidence of this whatsoever.
Do you think that
yes,
having these logs released wouldn't help people also?
Oh yeah, so I guess this Chariot person was accused of rape under a previous name or something in 2019. I don't know. I don't care enough to look into it.
Also understand how bad it is that these people still have licenses?
There are 200 pages. Nobody's reading this.
Nobody
is reading this.
It's just like it's a total whataboutism anyway. Like, haven't you spoken to this rapist in the last 6 months? Like, okay, and problem?
Highest viewed video on this topic is 15K views. Nobody is seeing this. That's spread out over continents, by the way. Like, you and I are talking about this between countries. This matters a little bit.
They lost their white forest. They lost their white forest over this.
Ooh. Wow. Damn. Have they stopped?
No, they haven't.
So what did that matter then?
You're talking about how
I'm sorry. Just to be clear. Hang on. Wait. So do you think? Hang on. No. Yeah. Shut up for a sec. Do you think?
I'm going to answer.
Yeah. Let her answer. Let her answer.
You said. Have
The
people
grunt.
gone after their jobs or gone after the websites they're hosted on? Yes, and yes, they lost their job. Poppy lost her job. Secondly, yes, they lost their white forest.
It sounds like Poppy's boss was already aware of her social media activities before she lost her job. No.
But this ended up being.
So Poppy losing her job. Hang on. No. Here's the part that I don't think you're understanding. If the goal is to help the
Stardust not understanding something. Oh my! Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so.
Victims, then Poppy being hurt is irrelevant if she is continuing to hurt the victims. I wasn't asking you anything.
You were asking me.
Yes. Oh my! Even if you take everything from her online, if she's still fucking posting, just means she's got nothing to lose and can make it even worse. This is why you go through the proper legal channels for any of this stuff, especially if you think you've got a good case.
You were asking me if people had been doing those two things. I am answering you yes.
On what evidence?
Which one is it, Sunday?
On what evidence? Have they spoken to a lawyer? Because there's certainly no lawyer's advice in any of things that they're doing.
Under what evidence do you mean? Okay, Sunday, you said that, oh, this doesn't mean anything unless people are contacting the sites that host them and contacting.
No, it means nothing. It means nothing if she doesn't. I'm not taking anything back. It means nothing if she's not stopping, and if it escalates. That you've made it worse, right?
Yup.
No. Definitely.
Yeah, you've made it worse if it escalates.
Yes, you're right. Your interference has made it worse. Yes, Stardust. I know she's so dumb.
If it goes farther, you've made it worse.
The fact that she lost her job, I think, is a good thing.
Really, what does that accomplish?
But she lost her job. She lost her job because she left. She was given an ultimatum. She was given a choice between keep schizoing out on Twitter or keep your job. And she said, "No, I think we'll keep schizoing out on Twitter." Actually, so clearly this wasn't a very effective thing to go after, was it?
It looks to me.
She doesn't have influence over more clients to take advantage of. Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, it looks like she has more free time now to devote to this.
But they haven't even. I don't think. Have we even substantiated her taking advantage of her clients? I don't know if it was the clients that people are really concerned about. Is it? It's people she's entering romantic relationships with. I don't think we've even seen any evidence of her taking advantage of clients.
Yeah?
She was already doing it.
Well, was she sexually involved with her clients in this job?
We don't know.
So, okay.
We don't know. So it's distinctly possible that actually all you've achieved is given her more impetus and more time to seek vengeance, right?
She
yes.
private health information of a patient. She's done that much.
Which patient?
I don't know the name of the patient, but it's something that she accidentally leaked in a conversation.
Oh, so this is immaterial to this discussion then, because this is her being
it's not
dumb.
Negligent.
Because you said it was an accident.
This is a HIPAA,
you said it was an accident. It's not abuse. It's negligence, right?
This is a HIPAA.
I think I saw this. I think this is where I started watching, like 5 minutes before this, 10 minutes before this, because I think I must have remembered that line. It's so crazy. She's so dumb. She's so dumb.
Negligence, it's a HIPAA violation. It doesn't
sure.
matter.
Yes, but it's not evidence of abuse.
Sure. So has somebody taken this to the licensing board?
Again, yes.
Show me the
okay. Yes.
report.
No,
Show me the report.
I'm losing it.
Show me the report. Confirm this.
You
Show me.
would know these things.
Star.
Sunday.
I'm gonna let the press play. I'm just gonna let Sunday's press play. Fuck it. I'm gonna stop interrupting for a minute.
It doesn't
sure.
matter.
So has somebody taken this to the licensing board?
Again, yes.
Show me the report. Show me the report.
You would know these things.
Show me the report. Confirm this.
You
show me.
would know these things.
Star.
Sunday.
Do you know this? Do you know this? Do you know this?
You would know these things if you.
Do you know this? Star, do you know this?
I do.
Show me the evidence of you knowing this.
Multiple people.
Show me the evidence of you knowing this right now.
I don't have the screenshot.
I know you don't. I know. It's okay.
Dude. Suddenly just backed her into the corner with a hammer. This is so fucked up.
But I have multiple people saying that they are doing it. I don't.
They are doing it now, so they haven't done it. Past tense.
They have, or they are in the process of doing it.
Yeah, now we're walking it back. Now, they haven't done it. Now they're doing it. Really?
No, we're
really
not walking it back. There are multiple people who have talked about filing complaints to the licensing board. It doesn't matter. The only person who's walked anything back from this conversation is you. Is you. Yeah, because you're drunk. Okay, so anyways.
I'm not.
The only
I'm not that
person,
much of a lightweight. Look at me.
Okay. I don't care. Okay? The only person who has
You
walked things back
do.
in this conversation is you. Because you, at one point, said, oh, this only matters if people are reporting people to the licensing board and getting them taken off of their platforms. Then I said, yes, they are. And also, this person lost their job and lost their whiteboards. Then you said, that doesn't matter. Well,
because they haven't stopped. They're still on the platforms. They're still on the platforms.
Which one is it, Sunday?
They still haven't stopped.
Which one is it? Which one is it? Which one?
What do you mean, which one is it?
People? What do you want from these people?
Well, I want Zena and Poppy to stop, and I want the victims
They're
to move on with their lives.
This is about community safety, and if there are enough people out there...
Well, they're not going to, because you haven't gone to the platforms, you haven't gone to the licensing board, etc., etc. Instead...
Wait, why is Stardust now just asserting? They have. You don't know that, Stardust. You've just said you don't know that.
A whole bunch of absolutely useless, talentless shitheads decided, oh boy, I'm going to make content out of this. This is going to be my big break. I'll be the next Nicholas D'Orio. But none of you have any charisma, so you won't. Except you. You got potential. Again, you just gotta, you gotta be something. What are you drinking, by the way?
Coming from the guy who is literally
what are you drinking, by the way?
Charismatic version. Coming from the guy who is the less charismatic version of Napoleon Dynamite. And
why not Dwight Schrute? Why Napoleon Dynamite? Napoleon Dynamite wins the girl, has a sick dance, is beloved by the entire generation of students who watched him.
You are the dollar store version of him. You don't have any of those
I'm
qualities.
the Walmart version.
You only have the
okay,
bad ones.
hey, look. Okay, I may not be much, but I have some pride in the Walmart version of Napoleon Dynamite.
So what I
got a degree.
What I was saying is that these people are content creators. Other content creators who are shedding light on this, and other people who were victims of them and involved in their community shedding light on this.
Is accomplishing what? Is accomplishing what? What's it accomplishing, sir?
If you let me finish.
Well, what's it accomplishing?
I will tell you if you let me finish.
Yeah, but you're gonna talk about something unrelated for 20 minutes.
Let her finish.
This is again, chat. What did I say at the beginning of this? What would he do? He would try to interrupt and try to steamroll to distract from whenever you try to make a good point. So.
This bitch thinks it's JJK. She thinks that if she just lays out, she thinks the technique gets stronger if you explain it. I don't know what's going on here. Stardust, your point should be able to stand on its own without you going oh, he's acting uninterested. He's not really uninterested.
These people are content creators. Other content creators making content
but you're not succeeding.
Saying that these people are fucking abusers. People who were previously involved in their community saying that they're abusers. People shedding light on this is a good thing because they see this. If you Google Poppy and Zena, you will see all of these things come up, and anybody who is thinking of getting involved.
Wait, what? Is that me?
You tried. That's all that matters. Sorry.
Not have the skills.
I can't.
You do not.
You don't have the swag. Sorry.
Did he just mute it to make a joke?
You're not wrong.
You tried, though. You tried. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
They don't have a safe place. Anybody who thinks that they have a safe
place.
Sorry,
I wasn't paying attention to anything you were saying. I was setting up the thing. You repeat that?
Okay, of course you were. Yeah, because again, this is what he does, all right? What did I say at the beginning of this chat? That he does 3 tactics. He acts like your points are...
No, I'm pretty sure... No, JJK, techniques get stronger if they're explained. No? That's a thing, isn't it? Isn't that what... Because that's Todo's whole thing with Boogie Woogie, right? Doesn't he do that? He explains it. That's when it's explained to the audience. So that's a thing, I think, right? Yes, it's totally a thing. Yes, that is a thing. Yeah. Shut up, Chan.
Boring to him.
Don't correct me. Don't correct me on my
bothered by
JJK
them.
knowledge.
I'm not acting.
Which he's doing
I'm
right
not that good
now.
an actor. They just are.
Okay. Yeah. And
They
then
just are.
you're not a good actor. I can already tell. Right? These are deflection tactics.
Or
Wait.
an
You're right.
It's like
Don't
I think he
have
played the song
You try-
Napoleon Dynamite.
these
Was it
things-
Napoleon Dynamite, or was it when he did the Numa Numa thing? Yeah, this was when he did that was when he did Numa Numa. Yeah.
not have
I
the
can't.
skills?
I can't.
You do not.
You don't have the swag. Sorry. I'm sorry. I had to butt in on that one.
You're not
you
wrong.
Tried though. You
I tried.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
It was
They
failing
don't
him.
have a
He
safe
was
place.
failing
Anybody who
himself.
thinks that they have a safe
Sorry, I
place,
wasn't
anybody who
hearing.
thinks
I wasn't
they
paying
have a
attention to anything you were saying. I was like setting up the thing. Can you repeat that?
Okay, of course you were. Yeah,
He was
because
doing the
again,
Numa
this is
Numa
what he
dog,
does, right?
Stardust.
What did I say at the beginning of this chat? That he does 3 tactics. He acts like your points are boring to him.
He doesn't have to
and
act.
He can't be bothered by them,
I'm not acting.
which he's doing
I'm
right
not that
now.
good an actor. They just are.
I feel like my perception's poisoned. I don't remember what he's going to say, and I say it, and I'm like, oh, wait, he just said that, didn't he? Fuck. This is why it is shit pre-watching, because it works its way into your head, and even when you're not consciously...
Okay, yeah, and
They
then
just are.
you're not a good actor.
Because I saw the entire second half of this.
I can already tell. Right? These are deflection tactics. You're a shitty actor, and you shouldn't even be trying this. That's why we're able to identify it, Sunday. That's why everybody says the same thing about you, that you're so shitty at pretending you...
Okay, I don't have that's copyrighted. We get it, Sunday.
Yes, exactly.
You and Beckett still together? What's going on there?
Jesus Christ.
Wait, yeah, we're still together.
Poor bastard.
Bastards.
Hey, you leave my bestie out of this.
No, I like Beckett.
Do you not care about
I feel
community
for him.
safety?
I do, which is why I have an issue with you endangering it.
Do you not think, again, that all of this attention on that community not being a safe place might be good for other people who are potentially thinking of joining that community?
It's not getting any attention.
It is getting
It's
attention.
not. No,
If
it's
you
not.
search Poppy and Zena, it's coming up.
Nobody's searching Poppy and Zena who doesn't already know about Poppy and Zena Star.
Yes.
Yeah.
They market themselves as a safe place for
Mm-hmm.
vulnerable people, and I think that...
Can I level with you?
drawing
If
attention
not so
to
erudite
it,
was
I think
if not so erudite was as much of a fucking media failure as Poppy and Zena, I wouldn't bother with her.
Do you think that legal action will help educate the communities on Poppy and Zena?
What the fuck are you talking about? Legal action could prevent them legally from engaging in what they're doing.
Yeah, it stops them from slandering somebody, sure.
Yeah.
But does it educate communities around who?
Here's a
might
question:
think of joining
why is
Answer my
there?
question.
No, here's a.
Answer my question. Answer my question. Do
I
you
think they're being.
legal action that prevents them from slandering somebody is going to do jack shit for the communities around them that might potentially think of joining them.
Well,
Answer
yeah,
the
because then
question.
you can say they were. What I don't think you're gonna sue
No,
them. I don't
it
think
wouldn't,
that's gonna
because
happen.
the legal action has nothing to do with educating the communities around them.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It does
What are you
jack
talking
shit.
about? What are you talking
You said
about?
that there was no defamation cause. You said, you yourself said
I
there's no
said what?
defamation
Sorry,
cause.
there's no defamation cause. What?
Or case, yeah.
No. He just said that you would damage it by continuing to talk publicly.
Whatever.
Case.
You said there's no defamation case. You.
I don't think there's
yourself said
necessarily no defamation case, but it's very hard to prove. Very hard to prove.
Okay,
But that's
so legal
immaterial. No,
action-
look. It's
legal
very simple.
action- Legal action would
Star,
not educate
Jesus
the community,
Christ.
It would just shut them
Star,
up. That's all.
Star. No, look. It's very simple. I happen to know, for example, that people like Demon Mama have stonewalled them already. Like they're not giving them any growth whatsoever. I
Demon
guarantee.
Mama stonewalled them a long time ago, but yeah.
Actually, well, good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, why not, for example, have a brief document of like 4 or 5 pages with like, hey, here's them doing X, Y, and Z, and with hyperlinks to a longer document that has all these details that you privately share with creators in the vicinity, in the general, like, the same orbit as Poppy and Zena, so that they can tell people, like, hey guys, just steer clear, you know? In a way that makes it so that Poppy and Zena aren't then referring specifically to those logs.
No, Mildred is Thought Slime. Mildred is Thought Slime. Demon Mama is the, are you mad? Are you mad? Are you mad? Are you mad?
And attacking the people mentioned in them, so that their profile is raised along with them, so that people in Kiwi Farms or people wherever aren't digging into their personal lives. Why not just do that?
You don't think that Kiwi Farms would eventually latch onto that? You think?
Well, I thought you just said, well, slow down. Slow down, Star. Slow down, Star. Slow down, Star. I thought you were just saying that they were sympathetic. They're sympathetic to the victims, right? You were all on about that earlier.
Yeah,
Thought Slime is a wretched creature, spin.
So I'm asking.
Goddamn.
But you said about Kiwi Farms. You retorted, and you said, well, Kiwi Farms actually...
Also, guys, now is a great time to remind you to please open your wallets, open your hearts. 249 people here, only 103 likes, meaning there's possibly like 150 people here who haven't liked the stream. That's crazy. Anyway, if you please like the stream, subscribe to the channel, donate, buy a membership, gift a membership, buy a super chat if you can. Thought Slime is based. Radical, you're tripping. You are tripping, bro.
Actually, Kiwi Farms, even this is so bad that even Kiwi Farms is defending the victims. We don't want anything to do with Zena and Poppy's child and their like sexual liaisons or whatever.
Yes.
We are only concerned with them. Back off, barbarians. Leave these innocents alone. That's your take on Kiwi Farms.
Okay, Sunday, you just asked why not have this thing, and so it's so this 4 to 5 page document that goes out to creators only, so it doesn't get picked up by Kiwi Farms in general. Why the fuck do I care whether Kiwi Farms picks it up?
Well, because they have a historical.
Literally.
Because they have a historical. You asked me a question. Can I answer?
Sure, answer.
They have a historical. They have a historical record of digging into the personal details of trans people in particular who are associated with high-profile trans people who they're, digging into as lolcows, right?
Let me finish.
That's why, for example, just to very quickly finish my point, that's why, for example, moderators who have basically no public existence from Keffel's Discord were, like, dug into, their personal identities exposed in those threads, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Right? But again,
do you want that happening to No Flake or to Spawn?
The magnitude of Keffel's...
Or to, like, Snowflake's other partner, Sora, I think it is, right? Like, why do I know that name? That's not good.
Sunday, you asked me, why don't they make a 4 to 5 page document that only the content creators get and Kiwi Farms doesn't get? Let me break some news to you, buddy, okay? Newsflash, Kiwi Farmers are made up of normal people who watch content creators. They're gonna get that information anyways, and it doesn't matter. Why do you want them to spend money on a lawyer on a case that you yourself think is difficult to prove instead of providing adjacent that you need to see how abusive they are?
Hang on a sec. You mean they haven't already spent money on the lawyer?
Yeah, they have spent money on a lawyer, but why is your thing that they need to be spending money on a lawyer and not making these documents when you think already that the case...
Well, if they've already spent money on a lawyer, what's the problem, Star? They agree with me by implication.
Sunday, my question to you is not that. My question is that you yourself have said they shouldn't have made these 200-page plus documents. They should have just contacted...
I didn't say they shouldn't have made the 200... well, I actually didn't say that until now.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
Oh, I think they shouldn't have exposed... I think they shouldn't have exposed additional logs. I think that was a mistake. But I didn't say anything about making a 200-page document.
What do you think a 200-plus page document is?
Well, it doesn't have to be logs. It could, for example, be an explanation. Like, for example, like text saying, hey, so I'm not going to expose... I'm not going to expose... I'm not going to expose... I am, actually. But I am, though.
You're not.
But I am, though.
You're not.
I am, though.
You're not. You're not answering my question.
I am.
What is my question?
I am.
My question?
What was your question?
What was my question? Yeah, what was my question? See, then
Wait.
you're not answering my
Wait,
question.
Let's go. Was he answering a question? Let's figure this out. Let's go back.
You mean they haven't already spent money on the lawyer?
Yeah, they have spent money on a lawyer, but why is your thing
Wait, who?
it's difficult to prove? And, okay? Newsflash, Kiwi farmers are made up of normal people who watch content creators. They're gonna get that information anyways, and it doesn't matter. Why do you want them to spend money on a lawyer on a case that you yourself think is difficult to prove instead of providing a...
Well, first of all, because you should, even if it's difficult to prove, you should still seek restitution through the proper channels before taking it public. Because taking it public could undermine your ability to do that previous step in the future. That's the first reason.
adjacent
Ooh.
that you need
I mean, also they don't think it's difficult to prove, do they? Malcolm's saying it's a foolproof
to see
case.
how abusive
Hang on.
they are.
Hang on a sec. You mean they haven't already spent money on the lawyer?
Yeah, they have spent money on a lawyer, but
Prove it.
why is your thing to that they
Have you seen any evidence of that stuff? Have you seen evidence of that, Stardust?
be spending money on a lawyer and not making these documents when you think already that the case...
Well, if they've already spent money on a lawyer, what's the problem, Star? They agree with me by implication.
Sunday, my question to you is not that. My question is that you yourself have said they shouldn't have made these 200-page plus documents. They should have just contacted.
I didn't say they shouldn't have made the 200. Well, I actually didn't say that until now.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
Oh, I think they shouldn't have exposed. I think they shouldn't have exposed additional logs. I think that was a mistake. But I didn't say anything about making a 200-page document.
What do you think a 200-plus page document is?
Well, it doesn't have to be logs. It could, for example, be an explanation. Like, for example, like text saying, "Hey, so I'm not going to expose. I'm not going to expose. I'm not going to expose."
Wait.
It doesn't have to be logs. It could, for example, be an explanation. Like, for example,
Document is.
well,
What do you think a 200-page document is? That's a question.
it doesn't have to be logs. It could, for
And then he says, well, it doesn't have to be logs.
example, be an explanation. Like, for example, like text saying, "Hey, so I'm not going to expose. I'm not going to expose.
He literally is answering her question.
I'm not going to expose. I am
You're not
actually,
answering my question.
but I am
No,
though.
you're not.
But I am though.
You're not.
I am though.
You're not. You're not
I
answering
am.
my question.
I
What was
am.
my question?
I
What was
am.
my question?
What was your question?
What was my question?
I forget.
Yeah, what was my question?
So what? He can't
See,
remember the
then you're not
question.
answering.
Now, does Stardust remember her question?
Wait, how you forget the question and how are you answering it?
Well, he
Well,
was
she-
answering it because when you're in the flow of conversation, it's very easy to respond to something you just said, but it's often more difficult to recall things that were said several sentences ago. Especially when you've been interrupted. Sorry, have we ever been in a conversation before?
She asked me too many times. It slipped my brain.
Okay, all right, then stop for a second. Stardust, ask the question again.
She can't remember either.
Yes, I do remember the question.
Yeah, what was it?
The question is, why do you think that they shouldn't provide this 200-page document?
Okay, that wasn't the last question you asked. That was the question before the last question you asked. Sunday was answering each question you asked, and you kept interrupting, asking new questions. So you're now diverting away from the last line of questioning.
They should have just contacted the lawyers when you yourself have said that the case for defamation here is not one that you think is very strong, that it's going to be hard to prove, and secondly, that they shouldn't provide this 200-plus page document when we know that even if they do succeed in the case of defamation, that's not going to educate the surrounding communities. 200-plus pages of no logs is just hearsay. It's not evidence.
Okay, let him answer the question.
Yeah, so maybe save it for court, especially if you think there's a defamation case.
Well, if they spoke to a lawyer, they would know if they have a defamation case,
Very true.
right?
Okay, you yourself, you're not answering the question. You
In
yourself
addition to
said-
this, the logs provide additional motive for Zena and Poppy to escalate things, to add more responses to boost the profile of
they
their
would
own
have been
slander.
escalating regardless.
But they
They
would have
have
been
escalating
escalating different things, right? They would have been escalating the things
No.
that were already in circulation.
The
Because
things that they put
if the
into
information that's been
things that
published,
they put into
if the
circulation.
information that's been published triggers absolutely no response, well then it wasn't really relevant.
You don't care about educating the communities around?
Sure, you do so discreetly. You have
How
people
do you
like,
do so discreetly?
you talk to people. You say, hey, I saw you were, like, in, like, talking about Zena and Poppy and recommending the channel. Yeah, they're up to no good, you know. You should keep away. Just my opinion.
Do you think that that's something that people can do to every single member in every community that's surrounding them?
No, but do you think every single member in every community that's surrounding them is seeing this 200-page document and reading through it?
No, but they're seeing the content creators covering it. Absolutely.
Gee, guys, this is a fucking slog, isn't it? Holy fuck, this debate goes on.
Ooh, Lux? That's like the only person so far.
No, multiple people. Malcolm has been covering it.
Who the fuck is Malcolm? What's his reach? I haven't heard about Malcolm until this week. Doesn't matter? I thought it does matter. You brought it up.
I mean, who?
If it doesn't matter, why'd you bring it up?
Sunday.
Yes.
The thing here is we are not trying to de-escalate. Poppy and Zena
well, then you're
have
stupid.
already been escalating.
Then you're stupid. If you're not trying to de-escalate, then you're dumb.
They're
What are you gonna do? What do you think is gonna happen
escalating.
after all this? What do you think is gonna happen after all this?
Do you think?
You think if you get like enough logs out there, they just die? Like what's the plan?
Do you think de-escalating? Do you think de-escalating does anything to educate communities around them? No. The answer is no.
Your job, thank God, Stardust, is not
Wait, but it's bad for the victims if there's continued escalation. No?
education.
But you're claiming to care about victims.
I'm sorry.
When
I'm sorry. If you talk to a lawyer, they're gonna ask you two questions. Do you want this to stop, or do you want to be? Do you want to be justified? Do you want to be vindicated? They're not going to ask you, do you want to educate randos on YouTube?
Right.
I'm sorry.
That's not the point of the logs was not anything other than educating surrounding communities of their behavior.
Star, you de-escalate after someone has escalated. That's the point to de-escalation. That's what it means.
There's anything that could have been done to de-escalate Poppy and Zena when they have been going ham for 5 months?
It's such a, like, I don't know if you guys know this, but Boots used to be Stardust editor, so it's just such a slight jab as well. And I believe they're on not great terms. So it's kind of like a slight jab to mention Boots there.
Yeah, greywall them. Give them no stimulus. Say nothing.
How has that worked for the 5 months?
What do you mean, how's it worked for the 5 months? They haven't stopped for 5 months.
Over those 5 months.
There have been videos for those 5 months. What are you talking about?
The 5 months where they received no pushback. Did that
play the Boots and Sunday edit?
No.
Where is it?
If they received no pushback, what were they responding to?
They weren't responding to anything. They were
really? So they just brought this up out of nowhere.
Yes. If you read the law, you read the information on this drama, then you would have known that, wouldn't you? If staying away and not talking about this didn't get them to back off, how long did they have to?
Why are they talking about making a video responding to the document?
Again, Sunday.
Why are they talking about making a video responding to the document? You just said a major factor in all of this. A major factor in all of this
for 5 months
is that they have
and not responding
a larger platform than the people.
You didn't even
than the people they are attacking. Which means if they respond to the document, if they respond to the document in a video, it will have more reach than the document.
They did not respond to them.
Okay, wait a minute. Y'all are talking over each other and you're killing me, okay?
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
Sorry, you should make this more interesting. Throw a curveball.
Curveball is stop talking over each other. Oh my god.
That's not going to happen. Be realistic.
Okay, true. Good
point.
But
Fuentes was right. Stardust has got those Sanpaku eyes, okay?
For 5 months.
By the way, Xylee, I enjoyed...
wait. She's talking.
I enjoyed your coverage of the Vosh stuff. It was fun.
Thank you.
For 5 months, they did not respond to Poppy and Zena continually talking about them. If that didn't de-escalate things, how long were they supposed to
So in
continue
5 months, did nobody have the
slander them?
epiphany, hey, we should talk to a lawyer? Hey, we should look into their licensing board?
You
Why is
don't
the
know
solution,
that.
let's make
I'm
this a social
asking you
media
question.
spectacle?
You're not letting me answer my question. You're not letting me finish my
You're not letting me answer my question.
question so you can answer it. Let me finish my fucking question.
Him
Are you going
smoking.
to let me finish my question? Are you gonna cry?
Your face looks wet. Are you sweating?
I am sweating, yeah. Are you gonna cry?
Maybe. The beer's really good.
Don't cry over the beer. Okay.
It's
Sunday,
so
let
fucking
her.
good, you have no idea.
You know what? It looks tasty. Okay.
Look, I had to
Let
fast for
her-
like a week off alcohol to do this medical procedure. I'm close.
Sorry.
I'm close.
I'm
okay.
so sorry. Okay, let Star finish her question. If you have to mute yourself to let her finish her question to you,
I would
please.
prefer if you
I'm
mute
begging you.
yourself.
Somebody's making me want a beer. What the
Okay.
fuck?
I'm not gonna treat you like a kid and mute you myself. Just let her finish her question to you. I would really appreciate it.
I'm listening.
I see the smirk on your face. I see it, sir.
He's gonna do it again.
Okay, Stardust, go ahead.
Imagine not drinking for a week. It couldn't be me.
It's
But
fucking horrible.
We know.
horrible, so horrible as somebody who doesn't drink ever.
Drink is evidence that God wanted us to be happy.
I'm shocked, honestly. Stardust looks like she's been through a few years of alcoholism. Even more so than Sunday.
Oh my God, Stardust! If you don't ask your question, I'm going to throw myself
I'm
off of the
trying.
building. Okay.
I'm trying, Xylee. I'm trying.
Okay.
Yeah, imagine not popping
Not
pills for a
responding
week,
to them.
sorry.
So Poppy and Zena
That's,
went on for 5 months with no pushback, continually slandering No Flake, and doing streams where they slandered multiple people. Okay, if them not responding, for
Yeah,
those
Sunday is literally, he's the ultimate heel. He really is. He's the ultimate heel. It's fucking based.
5 months didn't get Poppy and Zena to de-escalate, didn't get them to back up, didn't get them to stop. How long are they supposed to continue letting them slander them before they're allowed to fight back?
I mean, personally, at the first sign of that slander, I would have gone to the licensing board. I would have sought the advice of a lawyer. I would have, like one thing you could do publicly that is like pretty effective. Start a GoFundMe for a legal fund. That can spook some people, you know. It probably won't amount to anything, but it sends a message like, hey, I got a bunch of cash flowing in. I can do this. Or I'm getting close. Maybe think twice about what you're doing. Right?
She's taking pills. Oh,
By the
she's
by.
chomping.
I'm out of water, so I'm eating ice. Give me a second.
Do you want to go grab some water? I gotta pee.
What a
Do you need to
retard.
take a break?
I'm fine with taking a break.
Get a drink, moron.
You want to go get something to drink? Because I need to get something to drink too. So I'm not even gonna lie. I'm kind of, my drink is out too. So, do we want to do that real quick? I can play a
Although
song.
the catch though is that when we come back, we have to justify continuing the segment.
True,
Yeah.
but we can do that. You want to do that, Star?
I can
All
use
right.
some more water. Thank
How
you.
much longer
Alright,
do we manage to
alright.
go for
So
here?
let's
Let's
do that.
speed
Alright.
through this. Okay. Alright, dude. Okay, dude. Okay, dude. Yeah, please remember to like the stream, subscribe, donate, gift a membership, buy a super chat if you can. Open your wallets. Open your hearts, guys. Open your wallets, open your hearts. Okay? Wait. Wait, no. No way is that. Wait. Wait, he's. That's.
Do.
Wait, what happens here? What is he doing here?
Thank you, Amber. I decided to go on
Dude.
camera for this. I know, weird. I haven't been on camera in forever. Oh no, Sunday has his plushie.
He's
on
so
his head.
real.
Lino super chatted $9.99. Ozempic.
Thank you, Lynn, for the $9.99.
All right, let me know when y'all are back and ready and
I'm
settled
good.
in. Are
Can
you
we switch
good?
gears? Can we switch gears a little bit?
Stardust, you okay with switching gears?
How so? I guess I would ask.
Well, you're kind of forcing me to ask the question anyway, so we'll be switching gears if I explain.
Sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You said that I was associated with Zena and Poppy. Can you elaborate on that?
Thank you, because I wanted the answer to that. Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, what do you mean by that, Stardust? What do you mean by that?
I was under the impression that you were friendly with them. One of their videos that they
What
have
made you
on
say
their
so?
channel,
What made you think so?
one of the videos that they have on their channel is a debate that they had on your channel, I believe. So I was under the impression that you guys were friendly.
Because I had a debate on your channel. Debate on my channel?
Because they had
That's the
a debate
threshold
on your
for
channel,
friendship?
Yeah. I thought you were friendly with them, yeah.
But why though? Like, it's
Because
got to
of
be
that.
more. Because they had a debate on my... I Uber Soy, that like right-wing nut job. He had a debate on my channel. I think I'm friendly with him.
I don't know. You guys, the thing is...
That's
the
kind of my
people in
point.
your
Like,
sphere,
if you don't
guys-
know there, why do you know here?
so
You were
the
very
people-
confident in your opening statement.
People, yes, the people within your sphere tend to not associate with people unless they think that they can be friendly with them. That's something that
Who are you talking about? What do you mean?
generally-
So just saying shit like, oh, you're a lefty, so you know if they're on your channel, you must love them. You're such a stupid bitch.
people within the
I talked to...
ideological
Remember
sphere.
that whole thing? Like, when people are going after me for being friendly with eudaimonia? Eudaimonia is like a right-wing Catholic.
Sure, but like again, the very fact that you try to portray me as being friends with Richard Spencer, is that not something that is
No.
dishonest?
You
Were
portrayed
friend-
you
you
as
were
being
friends with Richard Spencer.
You
No,
didn't need my
I
help
never
there.
did. No, I never did. I've said many times.
I win, then you fucking lose. That's how the world fucking works. Classic, man. He spat with that one. 17th of May.
I think we're witnessing
2nd of December. What was the vibe here like? What was her vibe with old Dick? Old Dickie.
Been out of like a sitcom or something. I have no idea what's going on.
Sitcoms are boring in comparison to what's going on.
Yeah.
I think this is like a portal has opened up and we've entered a new world or something.
Yeah.
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 Are we live?
We are live. Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, chat, can you hear Spencer well, Mr. Spencer well, or Richard, or
Dick.
whatever you all would like
You
to
can
call
call
him?
me Richard. What is your first name?
So I actually don't give my first name because it's
Oh, okay.
on the internet, because a female on the internet, you
Mandy.
know how that
It's,
works
Mumbai Mandy?
generally, and you know,
Calcutta Karen.
Known each other very long at all.
yeah, yeah,
Maybe there was some kind of
form at the same time.
I know, but it kind of just
But I had no idea that I would see them on the same platform at the same time.
I know, but it kind of just makes perfect sense at the end of the day. I mean, I don't know either, but
Yeah.
I imagine that they haven't known each other very long at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe there was some kind of communication. I mean, I think we learned at the Tim Pool thing that what was it? Milo wanted to get in touch with Ye, and so we contacted Alex Jones or something like this. So, you know, there
Yeah.
are networks behind the scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think I mean, this is how I would sum things up. Is this really my cup of tea? Like, is this what I want or how I would articulate things?
Yeah,
Or would-
Mumbai Mandy and
do I
Calcutta
find this
Karen
a
are
bit
just like,
crazy
it's
and maybe you wanna
absurd.
train
It's
hurdling down
absurd.
tracks towards
It's
the
really
past?
quite,
Yeah.
it's too much.
Yeah.
However, do I recognize the power of this? I do. And it has a religious power to it. And I listened to, let's say, an hour and a half of the conversation. So I heard a huge chunk of it. Maybe I missed a few things. But it was absolutely compelling. And again, it has a religious, like, feel. I mean, there's an obvious religious feel. And they're always talking about the Bible and God and all this kind of stuff and the Jews and so on.
Yeah.
But beyond that, it was like, it was compelling in the way that it was inviting you to join a movement and something much bigger than yourself, something much bigger than
Wow,
the
these two seem to really hate each other.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, maybe I'm overestimating things because I got so kind of emotionally charged by this totally wacky but ultimately compelling conversation. But I think we're witnessing something really big take place.
Really?
It's not necessarily something I support. It's probably something that I'll be in kind of opposition to be honest, and critical of. But I recognize power when I see it, and this has the power of belief behind it. And
on Zionists,
it was kind of a mixed bag in that case. And but all those election denying type candidates, they were all just pale counterfeits. Like I believe in incarnation. What I mean is that there's sometimes energy is collected in a single person. Like there's no Trumpism without Trump. Without Trump, you're just kind of like an election denier or something. Like with Trump, you're this crazy iconic movement. And so it is definitely true that like he was maybe unfairly, maybe fairly blamed for the midterm losses, and certainly these Trump counterfeits failed. But that just kind of proves the point that it's about him, and maybe he's not up to it. I mean, he has suffered so many slings and arrows.
What's the point of this interview, which is just really interesting. What Dickie's got to say
to prison due to the Mar-a-Lago classified files, or due even to J6. I mean, the Oath Keepers have been convicted of seditious conspiracy. I mean, he is in so much trouble. Maybe the guy, you can't expect more from him. But in that sense,
this was around the time when Kanye, Milo, and Fuentes were all working together. So that's what they were talking about.
That incarnated itself in a single person kind of needs to be passed, and I could see Kanye. It's so weird that it's this black guy talking about how Hitler is cool. Like there's just something so outside the box, like crazy, unexpected. But
I think that broke Alex Jones. Honestly, I think that was the moment that Alex Jones like broke live on stream. Was when he said that. I do wonder because there are a lot of a lot of Jewish people on the right who probably are concerned with the rhetoric they're seeing out of Kanye. And that will probably pose a significant obstacle for him. I mean, honestly, like my opinion on his views, I don't agree with them, but I don't think he's correct in what he's saying. But I wonder if that's going to like present a significant obstacle to him, or if it's going to be kind of again one of those like really fast developing movements that doesn't have really give space for people to criticize. So.
Right. I mean, this is a very complicated story, so I would have to kind of back up a little bit. The Zionist, like Bibi Netanyahu, he has, which is a particular type of Zionist. It's someone he's not the liberal Zionist, obviously, but he's not the, like outright genocidal kind of Zionist. He wants to maintain the status quo of the occupation. And he does not think that, he thinks that Jews will be demographically overwhelmed if they go much further. It's not the position I would take. I think some kind of solution should be found for that extremely painful situation. But he has put in, not with liberal Jews, the liberal Jews at the New York Times, they might start criticizing you. They might start undermining you. They might start saying, well, look.
Okay. I think we got enough of a taste of that. I think we get what was going on there. I think we understand what was happening there. I think we get it.
Times publicly that I'm not friends with the guy, that I disagree with him very publicly, that I disagree with virtually everything that he says. And
my memory's a bit fuzzy, so I could be wrong, but I could have sworn that you actually talked about your
average
friendship with
RPG
Richard
protagonist
Spencer in that conversation.
No, I don't have a friendship.
No, I don't see that. What did you say in that post-interview thoughts?
My pleasure.
Yeah.
Well, let's do it again.
Yeah, definitely. Have a great one. And good luck with your next talk.
Oh, thank you.
I never thought that I would hear Richard Spencer say that racialism is pure negativity. That is completely new. Richard Spencer, racialism is pure negativity. We must yeah, interesting. And then for him to agree with me on some of the stuff about like white culture also was really interesting. And he's talking about transcending that racialism stuff, and yeah, so very, very interesting.
Dude, she bought it all.
Yeah. When did he change? I don't know. I don't know if he changed, but I think his spiritualism has really been like a, something that's been giving him a lot of meaning in his life. In the same sense, he said he's a racialist. So yeah, well, he thinks that there's like some like biological basis or something for race, but he thinks that to focus on racialism is negative,
Just some biological basis for race.
Yeah, maybe just the way he talks about it has changed for sure. But it was interesting to talk to him about Fuentes and Milo, because I know that he didn't have like the best relationship with either one of those characters. And to be fair, Milo has a reputation in those circles for being a snake, for pulling the rug under, from under people. And I know that when Richard was initially kind of doing his leading of the alt-right and all that, Milo came in kind of from the side and started siphoning off a lot of that, that support, right? And he kind of like took on some of that alt-right and kind of adopted it for his own. And I don't know how Richard felt about that. I don't think he particularly liked that. I'm pretty sure Milo leaked the Richard Spencer tapes, if I recall correctly, where he said.
Okay, so yeah, there we go. Where he said what?
All that racist stuff? Interesting.
All that racist stuff. I mean, I win, they lose. That's how the world fucking works.
With the guy, no.
Well, not now,
I think
surely.
he's a fucking idiot. Yeah.
He thinks the same thing.
What, that I'm a fucking idiot? Yeah, I'm sure he does.
As do I. I mean, like a broken clock, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's fair if you think that I'm friends with him for having interviewed him.
Am I friendly with you? We're having a debate right now. Am I friendly with you, Star? I mean, Secretly,
know.
unbeknownst to you, I'm very kindly disposed to you. I'm pulling my punches here.
Okay. I think that it is fair if you are implying that I'm friends with Richard Spencer, that okay, this is the threshold that people in Sunday space must hold for friendship. So, yeah.
Yeah, Sampaku eyes.
Okay,
What's
so
it called?
Can I go over some of my points that I have towards you?
you have to. What does that mean? Do you have points towards me?
Like some points regarding specifically the Poppy and Zena stuff.
Go for it.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna try and like not, you know, do any more ad homs because even though I think it's funny.
She admits ad homs. She was doing them.
I think it's funny to compare you to Napoleon Dynamite. I think it's very funny, but I'm just gonna.
It's too late for flattery, Star. I'm sorry.
I've got to speed this up.
I don't
I want to
think
finish
it's-
this now.
Okay, I already said that I wanted to like you earlier in the stream, but okay.
You do.
So, I don't think so. I think I'm really upset by what I view as like moral inconsistency from you. But
Don't believe you.
Yeah, I don't believe you either, because you're the most morally inconsistent person fucking going. Sorry, do we need to bring up the super duper clip? Like, she just totally would deny reality for the sake of maintaining her connections. Like, it's fucking horrific.
Point. That's besides the point.
That's
so-
okay. I like you, Star. I like you. As you were.
Okay. All right. So,
I'm not bringing it up. We're not doing it again.
couple of things. Okay. Getting Poppy unlicensed
It's on my shorts.
is
You
way
can
more
look at it.
complicated and specific than just reporting their Twitter and just reporting like her activity.
Oh yeah, the Jaden clip and her getting mad at Mantis misgendering the next day too. Oh man.
Her slander, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's hindered.
Um,
It is hindered, by the way, by there being a public spectacle for Poppy to point to the licensing board and say, yeah, there's a bunch
can I
of
finish
these
what I'm
crazy
saying?
people who are trying to take me down. It's
I
nothing.
have several points here. Okay.
Go on.
I need to finish them.
Mhm.
Okay. So getting them unlicensed is way more complicated and specific than just
Someone paid me for a bicep
reporting
flex.
their Twitter activity for
That was
you know
Buttles.
reporting the Twitter activity and slander. It doesn't really pertain to a client, so it has to be more specific. Two, some people may have not wanted to escalate this to a legal level for a variety of reasons. Time, energy, and the court system across multiple states. Right? I think that's fair. Three, the people.
You know,
that
you don't need to go to
know
court to
are
send
online.
a. You don't need to go to court. Just a quick.
Can I
quick
finish?
slide. Yeah, but very
Can I
quickly,
finish
very
my points?
quickly. You don't need to go to court to send a cease and desist letter.
Sure, but again, multiple people across multiple states. This is a little bit more complicated. Three, the people that needed
What?
to know
So you can't send a cease and desist letter? What?
were online. The point was educating people online in local communities and communities that were adjacent. That's what the point of those documents were.
Okay, so why not make them short? Why not make them unclouded? Make them very simple.
Well-
See, I needed very little to reach a conclusion with Zena and Poppy.
Luxander actually did a video.
It's 2.5
a
hours
video
long. Nobody's
based-
watching that. 15,000 views is nothing. Nothing. Nobody sees this. It's
People-
big for us because we're fucking losers as far as content creators are concerned.
15,
But it's nothing.
15,000 people is not nobody.
It's nobody. Nobody. Absolutely nobody.
Okay.
It's dropping the
50,000
bucket.
people. It's
Fired.
nothing. Dropping the. That's a drop.
getting
That's a
Poppy fired.
molecule
Yep.
in the bucket.
Yep.
It's getting
Yep.
Poppy fired and having her.
That did not get
license
Poppy
revoked.
fired.
Okay,
That
let's
video did not
burn
get
through
Poppy
this.
fired.
I gotta
Not the
finish
video,
this.
no, but
No.
the activity online did. Yes.
Sure, but only because
She's literally, she said nothing the whole time. It's been the same point, just retarded concern trolling. I just can't do it. There's nothing to even say about this at this
the
point.
employer was already aware of the online activities.
Yes, and they were acting.
Right. So
actively
nothing that has
online.
been done by any of these people was responsible for Poppy getting
You don't
fired.
think that what they did got them losing their white forest?
Well,
Yeah, exactly. Cease and desist is usually the very first step you would take in a situation like this. Yep, obviously.
fired losing their white forest.
Anyone
They
knows
don't
that
employ
who's
by
not
white forest.
totally
I think both-
retarded.
I think both, but white forest, them losing their white forest.
Them
was
losing white
basically-
forest reduces their income a little bit.
It reduces their income and it reduces their reach, and it was.
Well, not really, because nobody goes onto a white forest page who isn't already aware of the channel. So no, that's
I
incorrect.
think the association with white forest actually does mean something.
No, nobody knows about white forest outside of this little
No, the
little
leftist
speck of
space-
internet.
The
Yeah,
people who are associated with white
yeah,
forest.
you have to.
Most of commentary have only just figured out what White Forest is in the last 2 weeks. So yeah, this is absolutely true.
You advertise your white forest page on your YouTube page. You don't do the reverse, and there's a reason for this. It's because people
no,
who.
but being affiliated with white forest still means that you're affiliated with something that other larger content creators are as well.
Yeah, sure, but nobody who's just approaching
that
these people
you're
for the first
fake
time,
enough.
nobody who's just learning about Zena and Poppy know this, right?
They
Right?
are if they're coming from other communities. If they're coming from the Bosch community, they're coming from the Demon Mama community.
Nobody is being sent from
You know.
Vosh to another white forest page. What are you talking about?
if you can't act like we don't all share some amount of viewership.
You don't have a white force page. What are you talking
I
about?
don't. But
Neither do I.
when we share, yeah, I don't even have one. And
She's been getting dog-walled by a drunk guy for about 2 hours at this point.
we share some audience.
This is like a private website. Nobody knows about this. The only people who are on the white force page are people who already knew about Poppy and Zena, who were already fans of them before.
Yep.
Like,
That's not true.
yes, it is true.
No, the white
It
force
is true.
a big deal. Wait, the white
No, the white force stuff. The white force stuff exists for a sole reason, and that's so that when people super chat the content creator, white force takes less of a percentage of that amount.
Right, but they have their own website,
Which nobody finds by themselves. Nobody found Vosh through white force.
Sunday, if you let me finish. People know what it means to be affiliated with White Force, to have a White Force page. If you have a White Force page, you're a big enough deal.
She seems more drunk than drunk guy. Crazy what clonopins will do.
Have if you're a big enough deal to have a White Force page, who else has White Force pages?
Zena and Poppy are not a big deal. I could have had a white force page because I
They are
didn't.
big
Because I
enough
fucked Vosh.
deals.
Metaphorically.
Okay, they're big enough deals that other people with White Force pages who are much larger than them, their audiences might see that association and be okay with that. I think that's fair. Secondly, Poppy didn't get fired from her job just because her employer found
You have
out.
to do
What it was is that her employer got.
You look so blazed. Sorry, go on.
Okay, her employer, Poppy's employer, got active complaints from victims and people
You
who
can't see
were
that.
concerned with
There's
online
a
activity.
Sorry, as you're saying.
Sunday,
Yeah.
stop. Let her finish.
The employer, Poppy's employer, got active complaints from victims and from people who were concerned about her online activity, and that is why Poppy got fired.
Yeah, and she chose to keep schizoing out and defaming these people instead of keeping her job. She chose that. So this has made it worse.
Xylee. I don't want to cut
Like, you may have hurt Poppy in some way, but you've made the situation worse.
content. You've been a very gracious host.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Is there anything you want to see from this exchange before it concludes?
Yeah, I just want y'all to stop fighting and quote tweeting. That's all I care about.
I gotta dip soon.
Okay, no, absolutely. I mean, are we coming towards the end of this? How do you feel, Stardust?
I've got about this much left.
Okay, well, that's not much.
It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Really big purpose. I think that they reached a huge group of people. You can disagree on that, and that's fine. But I think the documents did serve a bunch of different purposes. And it was educating adjacent communities, and I think they did a really good job of doing that. People saw the online activity.
Yeah, totally
they
not
got
addressing
contact
any of your
docs,
points,
and,
not addressing the
they no
point.
longer refer to the community members.
Stardust.
They no longer refer community members to that community as a safe space. That's a huge deal because people were referring people to the Poppy and Zena community as a safe space, and we now know that it's not. Secondly, people who are new to the situation, saw the
So
drama,
what's the TLDR? We're getting towards the end now. It would probably be better to go back and watch the whole thing. But basically, Stardust. Sunday said that you should probably seek legal advice before taking claims public if you think there's a defamation case to be had. And Stardust spazzed out.
Educated by the documents, and third, people were concerned by the activity that was happening online and reported the activity to the job, and the employer gave the ultimatum, hey, you got to stop all this online nonsense, you got to stop doing all this activity online, or you got to resign. And that's what ended up happening. So I think that this documents did serve a purpose. I think it's a huge disgrace that you are willing to go so deep on larger creators, get so many views from that, but if it's allegations of abuse from smaller creators that are not going to give you as many views, you're not willing to do it.
Stardust.
These are all conclusions that you could have taken from reading the document, but you were too lazy to even do that.
Someday, I'm gonna set it up. So I'm restreaming Twitch as well. Okay. And I'm gonna go to TwitchCon, and you and I, we're gonna have a chill conversation with some local craft beer wherever it's being held. We're gonna be the best of friends. It's gonna be awesome. Okay. You mark it.
Maybe one day, Sunday,
One day.
you'll be worthy of being the Batman to my Joker, but right now.
No. So you're very confused about this. You're the Penguin, and I'm not Batman. I'm Two-Face.
God.
You can see like it's uneven, right?
You know,
This
Two-Face is
guy.
actually pretty good. It's pretty apt, honestly.
Oh, he's awesome. I think he's underrated.
She's so
There's a reason
mad.
why Miller made Batman basically a fascist. Two-Face is where it's at.
There is a question from the audience to you, Sunday. What beer are you drinking?
Oh, this is a local brewery called Boulder Dash, which makes a
He
strong
just does not
lager
care.
called Wolverine, and it is delicious.
So
Can't get rid of it.
checked
It's
out.
very good.
There you go. There you go.
Although my favorite though, my absolute favorite, is Bitburger. It's the Magneto's beer of choice.
Oh dear God. Okay, are y'all settled? Is it settled now? Are we good?
Oh, I've been settled this entire time.
Just completely.
Thank you very much,
failed.
Riley. It's been
Well, thank you for
have we
coming. I
spoken
appreciate
directly
it.
before? Is this the first?
I think we spoke briefly on an Ico stream, I believe.
What about?
Maybe. I don't know. It was probably something she was streaming about.
Okay,
Okay,
is this,
okay,
I think
this
we're
is
at the end
probably-
here, yeah.
Your morals are great stuff.
Titan debates.
Oh, do you? That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
you do with game, huh?
How much money did you pull
wait.
this stream?
Pull this.
Though,
Wait, we
absolute
need
favorite.
this, yeah.
This is Bitburger. It's the Magneto's beer of choice.
believe. Definitely wasn't because I
Got a
don't
question. Stardust, how much money did you pull this stream?
Pull this stream.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Any super chats? Somebody got something. It's been 2 hours.
Like $15.
Ooh,
Yeah.
300.
Oh, nice for you.
Very.
I like
And I
that.
remind you, one of the okay, wait. Neither of those. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. Those are pictures of Stardust. Sorry, 1 minute. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. There it is. There it is. Oh hey, look, you win now. Thanks for standing up for us. This is one of the victims, by the way. Apparently, it's one of the victims here. Donating $300 because Stardust is standing up for them, doing what's right, altruistically, just for them. That did not achieve what you think it achieved.
I like to see that where your morals are. Great stuff.
Wait a minute. So wait. Being that you pulled more money, wouldn't that mean that you did this for content? I'm just saying, throwing shade.
No. That just means I won.
Oh
It doesn't
God,
mean that
Sunday,
you won, or
get
does
out of
it?
here.
Or does it mean that people are gassing you up so you think that you won?
Well, here's the beautiful thing about my channel. Okay, when people pay me, they aren't paying me to make me continue doing what I'm doing. They're paying me to make me stop. People are paying me to do a low view theory segment. $100 per theory segment. That's what I do. They're paying me. They're paying me to spend an hour reading over Henry Bergson's Matter and Memory. They're paying me to go over Huizinga's Homo Ludens or Michel Foucault's The Government of Self and Others, or etc. etc. I've got too many books on my desk.
I'm glad you're actually reading the books that you cite in debates now.
I read all the books I cite in debates.
Oh, do you? That's what you did with Wicked Cream, huh?
I did. I was polite with him. I pretended I didn't, just to make him feel.
You pretended
make him
you didn't.
I did,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, you pretended.
I did.
Okay.
I did, yes.
Honestly,
I read all of those.
See, I believe him. I believe him. I believe him. Because why would he just say it? Why would he not have just lied? He knew Supreme hadn't read the books. It's not like he could test him. Why would he not just lie?
You're going to become best friends.
We will.
I don't know about
It
that
only
one.
makes sense.
I do.
I see it.
I do.
I truly think that
Watch out, Beckett. I'm coming.
I'm just disappointed. Really, I am. I'm disappointed.
But I genuinely believe he was pretending to be retarded. He has done that so many times.
Not me. I think
this
went swell.
You can read political theory, but again, can't read a document.
Well, okay, you're talking about two different types of retarded there.
Or even watch somebody cover.
This is true, and there's a simple reason. There's a simple reason for this.
Mm-hmm.
Life is very, very short, Star. And I
And you
guarantee
enjoy
you,
that?
I guarantee you. when
No
you're
one's
in a
saying he's not autistic. Okay, no one's saying he's not autistic. Just that he probably did read those books.
hospital bed, barely able to lift your head from your pillow, you're not going to think to yourself, "Boy, I wish I did more Zena and Poppy coverage. My last regret."
No, you're not going to think about, oh, I should have maybe spent a little bit more time not being a dick to victims of their abuse, right?
Oh, I've been a dick to nobody on that front. I've been very, very.
I think that they would disagree with you, but okay.
But of course they would.
I think y'all should start a new podcast and call it Frenemies too. Literally.
Man, that's.
I think it would be beautiful. The way you two go back and forth.
That might be a good business decision, actually. Wick did very well when I was co-hosting with him.
See?
I think it's a smart idea. Beckett,
I don't.
you're in Stardust camp. Convince her.
Sunday and Cherry should start a show. I agree.
All right.
I'll be better. I'll be better for your channel than Destiny is.
Oh my God. Okay, enough with the shade. Enough with the shade.
Plus, Sundust or Starday works a lot better than Sundick. You know, nothing ventured.
I need y'all to collab. So I can go over it and react to it.
I don't know, because
Wait,
I feel like...
No, that's gone. There we
you
go.
know,
There we go.
Sunday was like talking a big game before he came onto this. I was expecting him to bring a little bit more fire. So.
Ooh. Ooh.
Stardust, when you accepted this engagement, I won.
Oh, is that what that was? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The moment you came onto this call, I won.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Fine. I don't know how that works, but okay.
Of course he does.
Which is why. You don't know how
I think
this
that
works.
depends on what chat you're looking at, whether you want or not.
Oh God. Okay, guys. That's the end. Okay. We got to be done with this now. That was excruciating, and we still have more to go, guys. We still have more to go. Okay. It is almost 5 a.m. Wait, do you want to finish?
No, I
okay,
won,
fine.
Categorically.
Well.
Categorically.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that.
Oh, I don't need to tell myself that. In fact, me telling myself that is the biggest loss. Me saying that at all is the biggest loss of tonight. But I did. Categorically, yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right,
All right,
you
Sunday.
totally-
Thank you
Okay.
for
You
coming
so
on.
won. You so won, Sunday. You
I did.
totally
Oh my
won.
God.
You
I did.
absolutely obliterated.
I did. Completely.
You know what?
Yeah.
Damn
But it
both
doesn't
y'all.
matter.
I won. Okay? I
This-
won.
that's
Thank
also
you.
true.
That's
Yeah.
true. Xylee did win. Xylee did win.
Thank you. I'm taking it. All right, y'all have a good night. I'm leaving this call. I want to collab with you two. I need you two to collab with each other so I can react to it.
I don't.
Mean to each other. Y'all did this creating to be done. All right, I'm getting in the server that you're.
Oh, I have appreciated your low intervention moderation style. I'm gonna stick around.
All right, awesome.
You
All
and
right,
I are gonna have a long and beautiful friendship, Xylee.
All right, there we go. All right, thank
Xylee's
you.
Very nice. Yes, thank you, Xylee, for so graciously hosting us. I greatly appreciate it.
Of course, of course. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.
See ya.
See ya. As my first act with this new authority, I'm gonna send you to Stardust channel. It'll be the biggest audience she's had in a little while.
Dude. Okay, I'm glad we stayed.
Be nice. Remember, you are squids of the cathedral. Arrivederci, ciao ciao, salam alaikum.
Okay, that's great. That's amazing.